All right, good morning, everybody. If you can hear me and if the mic sounds good, hit that number one, please. Again, if you can hear me and if the mic sounds good, hit that number one. Kevin, Maddie. Uh-oh. Do we have a problem? Does it not sound good then? Or do we just not have anybody wanting to give me a one? Hello, hello. If you okay, is it too hot maybe? Let me check it. Okay, for real. Like what's going on? Oh wow. This is at 100 right now. Does it actually maybe it really does? Okay. Hopefully this sounds better now. Because that it was literally at one. It was like maxed out on the settings. Kevin, Maddie, Philly, Rodney, Jocko. Again, can we get some more ones, please? I want to make sure this sounds all right. Hello, hello. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Nate. Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll assume it sounds all right. I'm sure people will let me know. Freighter, Redex. Okay. Very quickly, for those of you that watch us in the archive, first off, thank you much. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. But if you want to have something to continue to watch, then to be very upfront and kind of blunt about things, this is totally viewer supported. So you have to use code Clay, which is a good deal because you get to save money while at the same time supporting the stream. So I recommend, I love Take Profit Trader. But if you're with any of these prop firms, whatever their current deals, promotions they are running, code Clay, that is case sensitive. So it's got to be all caps, CLAY. We'll give you whatever the current deals are. So like I said, you are quite literally at the same time, both saving money and supporting the stream. So everybody that is here live right now that has used code Clay, thank you very much. You all are having a very real, very practical impact because not only does it make sense for me to show up on a daily basis, but it makes sense for me to not even have to worry about ads and keeping it ad free. So thank you very much. It really does make a difference. It's not one of those things. It's like, it doesn't matter. It does, and it makes a difference. So thank you, everybody. All right. We need to talk at 11 a.m. in the most like I'm in the business category. I'm probably stupid for even deciding to have this chat, but from the like, this is fun and this is there's a little hint of where things may be leading. But anyways, yeah, we need to have talk at 11 a.m. It's a fresh wound too, a very fresh wound, I must say. Um, So yeah, the green you see, very deceiving. The green you see on the screen right now, very deceiving. But this is worth a total 11 a.m. talk. So at 11 a.m. Eastern, please let me know. For anybody that's new here right now, first off, welcome. Why 11 a.m.? Well, technically speaking, I always tell people I start at 11 a.m. So you all are my favorites because you not only show up on time, you guys all showed up early. But to be fair to the people that show up at 11:05 and are like, hey, how was your day? I can justifiably say, well, just go back to 11 a.m. because that's when I talked about it. You're late. But I can't say that to people that show up at 11 and then they ask and I'm like, well, you're late. It's like, no, I'm on time. So 11 a.m. Remind me, we need to have a talk. We need to have a talk. And please, I don't want any congratulations. Oh, Clay, that's a great, no. Deceiving. Say it with me. Deceiving. What a wild morning, though. Wild morning. We had V's, we had fake V's, we had check mark patterns. We had all the above. So, did I even say? I don't even think I went through my morning thing. Yeah, I'm like I said, the wound is still fresh, so I'm all off tilter here right now. Um, but yeah, good morning, everybody. It is Friday. Maybe that's one of the good things I can look at. It is Friday, August 28th. The year is 2026. Um, is gold actually? Oh yeah, gold has actually really been. I didn't even notice gold. Yeah, okay, gold is back to like the movement that I would definitely consider tradable for sure. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. Wow, gold is cruising. Very nice. I'll drink, but I'm just gonna stick to my coffee. But yeah, if I was a raging alcoholic, I'd have okay. I don't want to spin too far. It's not. There's good news and bad news. I'll put it that way. But the bad news is like really embarrassingly bad. But there are some good lessons in it, which is why I want to talk about it. That bounce off 500 was a little rough for sure. Yeah. I mean, today was just tricky on many fronts. I mean, right here started off very bearish, and then just V shape into a check mark. Actually made over 1,000 short on that by scalping. So the power of scalps, you can that seems kind of crazy, but yeah, scalping short. There was enough little pullbacks along the way. But then right here, I can see the people thinking, okay, we're leveling out. Granted, this was 10 a.m. news, and then that I can see putting people back into a bearish move, and then yeah, we'll get to it. Yeah, how are all your days going so far? Red, green, terrible, great, blue an account, pass an account. How are your days going? This seems like a day where I can see some cooked accounts, especially if you're trading gold. Gold is back to its days where, like, if you're not careful with gold, you can get cooked in a hurry. Hey, hello, Mr. Watkins. What was the news at 10? What was it? I think inflation report. Green and feel lucky. Basically break even, set on my hands for most of it. Well, basically break. Let me put it this way: if you did not cook any accounts, I'd say that's a very good day, because this, again, I don't want to hear anybody complain about the volatility of things. Yeah, maybe you got tricked, but as far as like the price creeping along or barely moving, I don't think that's a valid complaint today. You look at this space right here on the chart, so the size of that, shape, which is, I'm trying to denote that from this number to this number, and then you see that from this number to this number is 20. So small little shape worth 20 points. We are moving today, so definitely keep an eye on position size. One funded account where I gave back my gains from yesterday. Okay, so how many evals did you get before you started trading your funded one, Dan? Yeah, cracked 1 or 2 walnuts with gold. Any lower? So the bigger drawdown kind of bailed you out, Jocko. That's something that I think sometimes people underestimate a little bit. 8 long. Oh, 8 win 1. Okay, so with that one loser, cranky bits, you're still green, right? It's not one of the situations where it's like, yeah, 8 wins, 1 loss, and yeah, I'm red for the day. Nothing like that. Yep, that's I've been there before. Oh yeah, very green. Okay, good. Glad to hear it. I am 5 points from passing an eval right now. Oh, pushing Roger that. Wheat? You trade wheat? Or you just tell me that you had Wheaties for breakfast? You might be the first wheat trader I've ever met. I didn't even realize wheat was kind of conducive to like day trading. Last trade was the big winner though, 620 to 720. Oh wow, that's a real nice trade. So right now we are just kind of creeping. Beware. Okay, thank you, John. John, since he's a builder. So for those of you, I'm poor Nash. Poor Nash. I think so. The update, if you're on Tradeovate, is it possible to lock your risk settings before they get? It's possible to lock your account. I'm not sure what you mean by risk settings before they get hit. I'm not sure what you mean by that. So if by that you mean, can I just like lock my account so I can't trade my account anymore? Yes. But if that's not what you mean, then you're going to have to clarify, because I'm not sure what you mean by lock your risk settings before they get hit. like setting the DLL. Oh, I don't think so. I don't think so. But I don't know. So Rodney, you seriously trade wheat? Like, what got you into wheat? Like, what even happened to make you think to even look at wheat? I don't think it's even ever crossed my mind. In fact, I don't even. Well, I guess I probably knew because wheat is a commodity, but I'm not sure I actually realized wheat was a thing that could be traded. Clay, did you see corn a few days ago? I did not. No. What did it do? I don't know that. You guys act like I know that these ticker symbols. Pull up corn. I don't know what corn is. Hey, Clay, pull up pork bellies. Now, if this was the world of stocks, you get in stocks long enough, and I kind of. I'm not going to say I know all ticker symbols, but I got a little bit better grasp there. Okay, I have seen a. Okay, this does make sense. My guess is I did remember seeing a headline either yesterday or the previous day. I think it was Chase, but somebody was saying there could be like food shortages like in the coming year. So I would assume now to hear that corn and wheat are ripping, I assume going higher, supply and demand. Is that the direction they're going is up? I'm assuming wheat and corn are going up. Okay, I realize things can rip, but things can rip in either direction. So is it ripping up or ripping down? Up. My assumption is that corn and wheat are ripping up if there are these forecasted food shortages. Okay, so Rodney, I don't want to speak for you, but is it safe to assume that you do not normally do wheat? You're just doing wheat momentarily because the markets have gotten crazy? Is that fair, Rodney? I guess in my mind, for some reason, I had an idea like, yeah, no, I'm a wheat trader, been trading for the past year. It's like, huh. Okay, what is the ticker? What is the ticker for wheat or corn? Let's take a look. ZWZ6. Wheat. Okay. Oh, this is a 4. Okay. Okay, let's get off the 4 hour. I don't know, 30-minute. Would that help out more? Maybe we just got to do it daily. Oh, okay. Now, these numbers don't mean a whole lot to me, but okay, yeah. 3% up. I mean, is it, but it's still though, is this like tradable? Like, what does the 2-minute look like? Or let's just look at the 5-minute. Okay, a lot of volume here. So what is this like? What's a point worth? Corn is. Yeah. You know, like I said, live trading market analysis. In no way, shape, or form do I say what market or what we're looking at. So we're still on topic. Okay, well, it seems like the market is either just moving because of that report from Chase or whatever big bank that was, or does the market actually know something? Like, no, there's actually some truth in that. I think it's just the market reacting to the news from the bank. So whether or not there will ever be a shortage, I don't know. What's lumber doing? What, anybody know the ticker for? I just asked lumber because I remember seeing lumber had tanked. Does anybody have the quote for lumber? Look at it. Oh, wow. NQ just going straight. It don't care. It don't care. Clay, are you going to trade or not? I don't. There's nothing I can do with this, and it'll make a lot more sense after I explain how my day went. But to go long right now feels like a total chase. To go short right now feels like you're just stepping in front of a meat grinder. Corn is $50 per point. Duxo Friday. All right. So lumber is LBRX6. Oh, eek. Okay, yeah, this is not really a date. Okay, but let's just look at it more so from the. Yikes. Okay, this is a very illiquid chart. Anyways, point still stands. Lumber has been dropping quite a bit. Can I do a weekly? Day. Yeah. Anyways, it was making me think. In hindsight, had I waited to build my house now, I probably could have saved a few bucks on lumber. But in all actuality, I remember I saw some lumber chart, and I did pretty well. Like I got in before the bigger move up when I made my lumber purchase, so that was good. But yeah, it has definitely dropped back down to where it was in like March. Okay, this is just a terrible chart. Get away from me. Look at ES. Is ES just grinding too? Yep. Yeah, both of them. Like I don't know what to do. So everybody that's like, why aren't you trading? This is what do you want me to do? You dense. Again, this will make so much more sense here in T-minus 2 minutes. Okay, why yeah. Once again, for anybody logging on, say it with me. Well, you don't know what to say yet because I'm letting you know. But those of you that already heard me say it, this number right here is deceiving. Deceiving. Okay? Yeah, I guess pullbacks don't happen anymore. Again, 11 a.m. I will talk about my day. 11. So everybody say it with me. 11 a.m. Eastern. 11 a.m. Eastern. And then also this number here is, say it again, deceiving. Deceiving. Oh boy. Less than 1 minute before I embarrass myself. Why are you trying to deceive me? Well, I mean, am I deceiving you is somebody deceiving you when they're telling you the thing is deceiving? Think about that. Think about that, no soup. Don't think too hard because I don't want you to hurt yourself. But think a little bit. All right, 11 a.m. Let me get the timestamp 18-minute mark. All right, I can refer people back to the 18-minute mark. Okay. So my day, I guess, what do you guys want? Good or bad news? Good or bad news? Good or bad news? What do you got? What do you want first? You want both first. Okay, it looks like so. Just within context, the good news is this: no pro accounts were harmed. No racehorses were harmed. That is the good news. Now the bad news and why I think why I ultimately want to talk about this is just to reveal a voice that I guess I knew it existed, but maybe I need to be a little bit more aware of it. And it really hasn't bit me much, but it bit me today. So, was on an account and doing very well. Up what was it? $1,135, all from shorting right here. A lot of scalpy scalps, did very well. Like, okay, cool. So the day goes on, and then I'm like, okay, I'm watching this move here. Whoops. And I'm like, goodness, this thing, it don't want to come down. It doesn't go down anymore. Hey, you know what? Let's have some fun, but you know what? I'm going to be smart. I'm up 1135 on this account. Let me go to MNQs. and let me just do 5, give myself plenty of flexibility. And I'm not joking. I'm not going to say I literally bought the top, but had to have been within a couple points, where it's just like, how embarrassing. This thing goes from 504. So it goes basically 175 points. It goes 175 points essentially straight up. And then I come along and I'm like, I volunteer to be the dent. To be the dent, I volunteer. I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to be the person that buys within a couple of points of 175 point, essentially straight up move. That was me. I bought here. It pulls back. I'm like, Clay, good thing you started with 5 MNQ. Plenty of wiggle room, brother. Bought another 5. So now I'm at 10. Okay, it pulls back some more. Well, good thing you started small. Let's double up. Bought another 10. And then when I started the live stream, some of you might have noticed that number was at 20. So after I bought that next 10, I was at 20 total. It pulls back some more. I'm like, okay, there's some walnuts starting to kind of be cracked, but I'm like, no. This thing, there's no way I actually bought, like, it'll at least bounce up a little bit. I don't need it to even retest those highs, but there's no way. So I bought another 20. So now I'm at 40 MNQ, the equivalent of 4 NQ, and this pullback here cooked the account, which was really hard to do because given I was already up 1,000, again, since it was a test account, that's getting added to your buffer. So like it becomes harder and harder to cook the account the more and more you make throughout the day of a test account with Take Profit Trader. But even with that additional $1,100 buffer, right there still cooked it, not at the very bottom, but it cooked it and then starts to go back up. And at that point, I am just livid. I immediately get another test fired up. And again, no jokes. Took another trade, hopped over to NQ, and cooked that within, I don't know, 20 seconds. Okay, 20 seconds might be an exaggeration because it within a minute. Okay, that one's cooked. Pull up another account, and it wasn't a total degenerate trade. There was logic behind it, and to be fair, it did work out. But like, there was still a whole lot of I don't care. There's a whole lot of I don't care. This is wild. What is happening? My Friday was doing so well, and now like I just cooked 2 accounts. One of them, well, I was up over it like whatever. You know, I don't care the whatever voice. I don't know if you guys have that one or not. So to be fair, that one did work out and put me at 835. So yes, this is the test account, and very clear this is all I am capable of trading and qualified to trade today. So very deceiving, but here's what the main learning lesson that you want to be aware of and that I need to be more aware of. I don't think I'm new to prop firms anymore. But I'm going to just call it's only a test account voice. And what I've discovered definitely today, and I'm sure it's gotten me before, but it's only a test account voice can really make you a little bit more lax, right? And I realize this has always been a threat, but like a total chase. Now, I'm still not going to call it crazy because this was a wild move. If you watch that, you're like, surely I can scalp a little bit. But like at the end of the day, it's only a test account. Why not? Yeah, is this a chase? Absolutely. But it's only a test account. I'll start with 5. And then that move right there led into like miniature tilt where it went from, okay, it's only a test account to then 2 accounts gone with a very high potential of a 3rd account maybe being gone because, I mean, that one worked out. But, it's amazing how quick things can cannibal. Now, in a weird way, this also sort of proves the power. Trading. Okay, I think we're okay. Anyways, this sort of proves. How's the day, Clay? Oh, you can't make this stuff up. I'm in the middle right now of explaining my day. Why are you so crabby? Well, if you'd been listening, you'd understand why I'm a little crabby right now. Now I lost my thought. What was I even talking about? In the middle of telling about my day, I get asked, "How's my day going?" What was I talking about? Okay. But the weird thing just showed up. Yeah, no kidding, you just showed up. You dent. Okay, here's a life lesson real quick. I'm ranting because I'm cranky right now. If you just show up to something, maybe sit back, gain a little context first before you start. Little bit of context, a little bit of life advice there, okay? If you're late to a meeting, do not, okay, here's the meeting. Okay, here's a little bit more context. The guy has been talking about just, going through why the color red is a good color, okay? Okay, so that's the context. The boss is, he's knees deep into why the color red is a good color. I'm a little bit late. Hey, what are we? Is blue a good color? Blue a good color? Like, don't do that. Don't do that, okay? It's not a good look, folks. It's not a good look, okay? So there's a little bit of life advice. If you're late to something, that's okay. We're all going to be late to something at some point in our lives. No problem at all. It happens. But maybe just zip it, gain a little bit of context before, okay? There we go. Anyways. Who knew I could bake a life lesson in all this? But next, so the in a weird way though, the nice thing about the prop account is even with this like massive moronic movement that I just went through, like if you look at the numbers, so for example, let's just push this to the extreme. And I'm not saying, hopefully nobody does it this bad. But like, let's just say you make what I did look like nothing, and you go and you just like cook 10 accounts, and I don't know, let's just make it crazy in 5 minutes. Well, that times 10 is $1,000. Now, am I saying that money? Am I saying $1,000 is not worthwhile? No, $1,000. I appreciate the value of $1. So I'm not saying that $1,000 does not matter or to laugh about it. But what I'm saying is that would be like you absolutely losing your mind. And in prop firms, absolutely losing your mind in my little hypothetical is $1,000 gone. Now you set that next to and compare to like you, again, same context, absolutely losing your mind with your own funds. Goodness. It's going to be way more than $1,000. In fact, in futures trading, because futures move so quick, it's now depending on how big your account is, your account's probably gone. So if you loaded up, a $5,000 account under the premise of a really, really bad losing your mind day, you're losing way more anyways. But it's kind of a give and take. So yes, a test account can produce it's only a test account. That's true. That's why we need to be aware of it. But my point is, even if that voice kind of wins out and we push to the extreme of 10 accounts cooked in 5 minutes, it's still only $1,000. Whereas with your own money, it would be really, really bad. So just be careful for the voice. It really did get me today. And again, this is so bad. It's embarrassing. It really is. And that's why I'm cranky, because how? From a base, like I said, 175 point bounce, mostly straight up. And then I'm the dude that gets cooked on the long side here before it continues on up. So that is my day. Thankfully, like I said, the good news is no pro accounts were harmed in the wreckage of today. But just mind-boggling how quick my day turned around. I was happy. I was chipper. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a great day. Things are going well, and then boom, just like that, two accounts gone. One that was, like I said, a really good day. And then a third account, but we're still on the brink of me gone. Now, as I've said, you guys good service, good like accountability. So even right now, like I'm already kind of getting this off my chest kind of helps, but this account is still at risk. So who knows? I could have a day where it's three accounts gone in one day. But just be careful. Just be careful. And hopefully I'm preaching to the choir. So if you're new, definitely be careful. For those of you that have been around, friendly reminder, be careful. It's wild how a day can switch so fast. You think you would have gone to tilt if you... Yeah. Nano's winning trades would send me on tilt. I'd be like, boom, banger. Oh, wait, that was I made $8.75. Oh, yeah. So nanos would send me on tilt no matter what happens. Again, nanos are 20 cents per point. What are we doing with our lives? 20 cents per point? Huh? Oh, what a man. I got like 30 points. Oh, great. 30 points. Just made myself. Oh, no, I still can't afford dominoes tonight. Okay, well, got to go make another trade. Well, thank you, Rodrigo. Hopefully for good reasons, though. Not because you cooked accounts, but just because you're adding accounts. So, yes. Man, why is this guy upset? Go back to the 18-minute mark. Poor Stithen. Dude didn't speak up at all. Stithen, are you still here? Clay, how do you get out of the mental area of several red trades? Well, I really, and this isn't for sure, but if you have several red trades in a row, I think you should hesitate. I think you should hesitate because I think that is your mind's way of saying, "Are you sure this is actually a good strategy?" Now, can several red trades in a row happen? Kind of, but that I don't know. That takes kind of a lot of skill or a pretty bad strategy. So yeah, I think it's a good thing to hesitate after several red trades in a row because, man, that makes me think. I don't think that you actually know what a good setup is. I'm not saying that's for sure, but yeah. Deemer Quinn, yeah, thanks for sharing. I started off strong from trading overnight. Well, so there we go. Very embarrassing. Nobody wants to talk about buying the top, but I did. And I got cooked. And then the trend continued. It just, what am I, yeah. Anyways. Or just hard reading the market that day. Could be that too. But either way, probably shouldn't be trading anymore. If you have several red trades in a row, it's either you have a bad strategy or you have a good strategy, but it's a bad day for your strategy. In either of those situations, just stop trading. Did you get it? By the way, Matt, did you get a Take Profit Trader account? Yeah, Stithen might be gone. He's been around before. But I know I'm taking a risk of scaring people off, of being mean, but I argue I'm being compassionate. I'm being loving. Because some people, they just need those life lessons. They just need those life lessons. Or more likely, you are not adhering to your own guardrails. Could be that too. All three of those would lead to the point of, yeah, just stop trading anyways. Like, it's actually good you're hesitating because maybe the hesitation is coming from a place of, I probably shouldn't be trading. The bad day for your strategy part is straight. Yeah, exactly. That's one of those things where if you want to find a scammer that's, offering like a system or, strategy, whatever you want to call it. Like, I have this system. And if you're like, okay, well, what environments does your system not work? And they're like, oh no, my system works in all environments. It's like, nope, that's scam. Because strategies some days are just not good for a strategy, right? A very simplistic would be, if your strategy is kind of depending on trending markets or things that are trending, getting continuation, and then you're just in a chop fest range market, well, that's not going to do very well. Oh my goodness, Mats. Here we go, Mats. Now Mats is, well, okay, no, I take that back. Mats did not ask a million questions yesterday like Sergio would have. Is Stithen seriously not here anymore? It's the market. It's a Nasdaq that moves so quick too. When I switch to EMEA, I don't. Well, yeah. My trading. Yes. Yep. What did Wobbs say? What are you replying to Wobbs? Oh, I'm sorry, Wobbs. I didn't even see your super chat. Wobbs, I apologize. Thank you so much for that. I'm sorry. What a jerk I am. Didn't even see the super chat. Whoops. I'm sorry. Let me scroll back up. I don't want to make sure I missed any other super. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Wobbs, if you're still here. Great. Now I irritate him as like, what a jerk. Didn't even acknowledge a super chat. Oh, okay, he's still here. Thank you, Wobbs. I appreciate it. Watch him come back and said he was gone for 10 as you complained about being. I don't know. Yeah. It's just you meet all sorts of people. It's like yesterday. I tell everybody, okay, I'm going to mute the mic, and then everybody sees me talking on my phone, and then the one guy shows up, and he thought it good enough, and then it says your sound's not working, and then he thought like, oh well, I showed up after you told us you were muting the mic. It's like, okay, I understand that, but brother, where does like situational awareness come from? I see somebody on the phone. I do not hear anything. Now we have a couple of possibilities. Is it that he muted things so that people don't hear his phone call, which could contain personal information? Is that possible? Or is it possible that it's just a coincidence that he's on the phone and at that time his mic magically or his sound decided to stop working? Now, again, it's possible. Maybe it was just a total coincidence, but some people that they're not being able to connect those two dots. Person on phone, no sound. Oh, they must have muted themselves for privacy reasons. And then some people see that and they're just like, hey, something's broken. I don't know. You get a good mix of everybody, I guess. Thank you, Sky Mountain. Yes. Code Clay feeds hungry children. Bad week for me, too. I mean, my week is fine. But just one of those things where I am drunk, but I have common sense. Do you? Is that do people with common sense get drunk? Because is getting drunk, like, is it smart to get drunk? I don't know. That's a deep philosophical question, I guess. Bad week for me too. Feeling. Yeah, Gurpreet, I think you're alike. Who earlier, Jocko? Somebody mentioned how their account would have been toasted, but because it was a 150K and you get that bigger drawdown, that flexibility helped them out. Yeah, so my trading, there you go. My trading, well, for the unconvincible people, they'll just say, no, my trading is on your payroll. But I promise, me and my trading have no connections that I'm aware of, at least. And yeah, right there, he's like, hey man, I know what you mean. 10 seconds with 6 NQ. Oh yeah. All right. I can't believe Stithen's gone. That's kind of wild. Stithen, if you're here, type something. I mean, I was trying to teach a life lesson, but also kind of be funny at the same time while venting. It's like a win-win. I could vent a little bit more, teach a life lesson, and try to be funny and entertain you guys. So don't, Stithen, if you're still, don't take it too personal, okay? But my excuse when intraday. Yeah, exactly. We all can find good. Well, because of this, and this doesn't actually matter, but because of this, I need to do these other things, and it's just like yeah, Gurpreet, I think you'll really enjoy and be happy with that. Assuming you've never done the 150K account, I think you'll be happy with that. The amount of drawdown it gives you. So the reason why I'm hesitant to get long right now is because over here on the 5-minute, we have these upper shadows. And each of these upper shadows represents bulls making a run at it and then just getting smacked right back down. So because of that, on the 5-minute, I'm not quite sure I trust the 2-minute consolidation here that much. So that is the reason. Because on the 2-minute, face value, it looks pretty interesting. But those candles on the 5-minute. true. Things do always look interesting, but is it a valid thing to be interested in? I guess maybe that might be the question regarding trading. Oh, it's interesting, but is it something you should actually be interested in? I was just about to ask your. There you go, Philly. I was reading your mind, brother. And the bull trend was too violent to start. Yeah, exactly. If you can solve that question all the time. Well, yeah, you've missed it, Frog. There have been we have actually not had that happen this week. I think our streak is over. I guess the day is still young. But we've had some people that have like claimed to answer that question. And my favorite so far has been what was the one guy? I capture every move, like I capture the entirety of every, like it was a crazy claim. But yeah, we've had usually once a week we've had like some of the greatest traders known to mankind show up that basically are their logical implications are I'm never wrong. 200 is, I guess let's call it 637. Yeah, you said, yep, it is. There's still a way too much strength up here. Should have had an easier pullback on the 5-minute. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's a bunch of strength. Again, 2-minute. I'm not going to call anybody crazy if you're getting long. I'm just saying my hesitation is due to the 5-minute. But hey, there's a very real possibility that my hesitation is just wrongly placed. Yeah, I did see that crank. I've seen mixed reviews. I've seen some people like, hey, if the person's code you use got you to use sign up for that account, they just suckered you in. So I that one seems to be mixed reviews. But hey, Cranky Bits, if you want to give that a try, hey, please use code Clay. Yeah, I've seen mixed reviews on that. No code works on that one. Oh, thanks a lot, Tradeify. Are you sure no code works on that one? That seems like a way to burn bridges with affiliates. To have an account where affiliates don't get anything. Yes, is okay, but they're still using that as a mechanism to not let a code work. Yeah, my trading. That's the I don't care voice. It's real. It's also real in but it's all balanced. Like the I don't care voice certainly exists when you're trading your own money. I concede it's harder to get to that point when you're trading your own money. So that's kind of where using your own money is better in the sense of it's harder to get to the I don't care point of mentality. With prop firms, I would say, yeah, prop firms have a disadvantage because it is easier to get to the I don't care thing. But the counterbalance is with your own money, if you do get to the I don't care stage, the results of that can be absolutely disastrous. Whereas with the prop firms, yes, it's easier to get to the I don't care phase, but the I don't care phase is still not going to be anywhere close to how bad it can be if it gets to that point with your own funds. So I see a lot of people like use that as an excuse to not use prop firms. They're like, well, I just have way more motivation to follow my rules using my own money. To which I do agree. I do agree you do have more motivation. However, that's still not a guarantee of anything. And the problem is when you have those bad days where your motivation is just not good enough, it is it will, and this is coming from, I've been there. I've been there. Where yes, it does take a whole lot more to start to not care, but it can happen and it will happen and it does happen. And man, in your own funds, yikes. Yeah, there is I don't know. Some people just take the that's why I got invented stop loss for the I don't care with your own money. Yeah, true, but like part of I don't care is I don't care about stop losses. At least for me. When I have the I don't care voice, part of the I don't care is yeah, risk management. Nah, I don't care. Let's go. Again, part of tilt for me, I could see also being lockout button. That button's for losers. So I mean, like I said, but my tilt is bad. Yeah, risk management. Never heard of her. Got Jamba Juice for the first time in years today. I don't think I've ever had Jamba Juice. That's right. Yeah, always makes me laugh. Yeah, yeah. I'm just too old. That's my body's getting a little bit sore, a little bit easier. But man, the one good thing about getting older is you just start to like just not care about things that are justified to not care about. Like if you're gonna like try to make me feel stupid or bad because I trade prop firms, like that's not gonna work because I just don't care. Like my that ego is gone. Like I literally don't care. But also I understand math where it's just like no I can make a very good mathematical argument. And this is a bit of a fallacy too that I'm committing right now. But like I know really good traders in my community that could easily fund $50,000 account, and they're like, yeah, but why? I understand the math of prop firms. I'm just going to leverage my skill, and it's just like so. But yes, to think that some people, I mean, tell me you're 20 years old without telling me you're 20 years old. If you're going to show up and like make fun of us because I'm a man because I use my own money, I don't do props. It's like okay. I'm minus 7K for the week. Got too confident after consecutive green days, going back to small size, cutting losses earlier. Like minus 7,000, like of like prop firm math, or like literally minus 7,000 of like out of your pocket math. Why not when I find an account? I mean, but come on, Frog. There's got to be some times in your career where you have lost your mind, right? Surely you have lost your mind, at least from time to time. Now, with you, I would 100% believe that the spaces between those moments in time have probably grown in a very big way. And I think that's what trading is. The goal is this: lose your mind. And then the next time you lose your mind, this is the goal of trading. Right there. Lose your mind, lose your mind. It pretty much can start like this. This is the goal. I just reject the premise that these don't exist. Like I think everybody tends to lose their mind every now and then. And if you can get to the point where it's like, yeah, at this point it's like maybe once a year, maybe once every couple years. Dang, you are way better than I am, and I strive to be like you. But like I reject the premise that nobody ever loses their mind. Personal cash account? I thought you were doing prop firms, base hits. What am I missing? Or do you do both? I could have sworn base hits you're doing prop firms. Girl math? No. No. There's no girl math there. Prop firm math is a very real beneficial thing. Oh, okay, base hits. I was gonna say. That makes me feel better. I don't know. Someone's gonna have to help out Doodle. Because again, take private trader, they don't have the goofy they don't have the goofy consistency rule that kind of you're talking about. So yeah, I can't really weigh in on that. Okay, base. That's what I thought, base. I was like, wait, am I losing my mind? Yeah, all true. Yo, passing through saying hope the week. All right, have a good one, BBT SpaghettiOs. Thank you for stopping by. I normally find something else to do. Well, what about the not normal times? How do those go? Are those the ones where things get a little messy? The not normal ones? Going long before the open non-events and right back to this. Okay, I'm not sure how is that a problem? From what I understand, now that I wait for my rules to be valid, as soon as they are what? They are valid, I feel like I have to make a trade. Well, yeah, I would agree with that. If your rules are, now this presupposes that your rules are good. But if your rules are met, then yeah, I would say you have to take that trade. Per your own premise. This is a good setup. Then yeah, you have to take good setups. Okay. Price action sometimes matches my rules, but the setup is bad. Okay, well then, okay, I thought you meant all your rules are met. But what you're now clarifying is price action rules are met, but not your setup rules. So yeah, so that is a bad feeling that you have to trade. Just because the price action rules are met, you definitely do not have to trade, because the have to trade would be now a function of, am I getting a good setup? Having to trade is a problem. 100%. 100%. And that is why I'm constantly preaching multiple streams of income, multiple streams of income, multiple streams of income. Because as Frog just says, having to trade is a problem. Yes, exactly. And that's why I'm going to be a full-time trader, full-time being defined as trading's going to support my life. It's like, okay, well, now you kind of have to trade because you got to make money. But like, there are going to be those moments where you shouldn't be trading, but if you feel like you have to trade, that is definitely a problem. Have a play too that promotes bad price action. Have a play too. I think you got a typo in there. I will be interested in a long down around here. If it drop, in fact, I'll just get it. I'll get my order out there. I am shorting. Well, I'm all for your short. In fact, I'll cheer for your short, but I'm going to start to cheer against it right here at 740. Oh yeah, flag pennant. I'd agree with that. Trucking. Clay, do you think using the lockout button in a day like this causes more tilt? I guess, what do you mean by how could it cause more tilt? If you've locked the account, then you can't go on tilt on the account because it's locked. Maybe I'm misunderstanding what you're saying. Yeah. Do you think using the lockout button in a day like this causes more? Yeah. Well, if you use the lockout button, then you can't go on tilt because you locked it out. Yeah? Amarius, good to hear. Okay, again, I guess my point is this. If you lock out the account, tilt, feelings of tilt, any negative thing is now irrelevant, because even if they take over, because the account is locked, well, you can't act on them anyways. Like I said, if your account is locked, let's just say you lock your account and then you absolutely lose your mind. Well, that account is still safe because it's by definition locked. Oh, okay. I can see that. Maybe. Okay, so what you're saying is, if I lock account A, could that trigger a tilt, like account bind tilt, we'll call? Could locking one account trigger account bind tilt? Sure, I could see that. Yeah, because at the end of the day, if you are truly on tilt, and then that is where really the lockout thing, the universal lockout is probably pretty powerful because a universal lockout means that you can't now go on, buy more account tilt, because buying more accounts, you still wouldn't be able to trade them anyways. Sorry, Discipline. I thought you were talking about that specific account. I didn't realize you were talking but yeah, buy more account tilt. I suppose that's, again, I've never used the lockout button. Um, so I can't say that I, would have that voice. Okay. Okay. Maybe a long here. That green line turns blue, I'm in. All right, at this point, we're getting very close to the 21 EMA in the 5 minutes, so I'm going to 725. This probably will look random here. Yeah. This looks random here on the 2 minute. But this is the 21 EMA on the 5 minute. Come on. All right, so I would have been filled at that original one, so I'm glad at least of right now I canceled that order. Oh, wait, crap. That's not it. That was the NQ 5 minute I was looking at. All right, 722. 722. There we go. Okay. Again, if you were to look at the 21 EMA in the 5 minute, it's basically at 722. Yes, I am catching a knife here, but I think it's a valid spot to try it. Come on. Buy some more right here. Do I add some more right there? That'd be very interesting if I can add. Well, all right, I got to get out. Market didn't care. Did not care about maybe it cares about the previous session close, but I'm not going to be shocked if it doesn't care about that one either. All right, well, like what happened to me yesterday, when you have a bearish mindset and then it's basically like a V shape straight up, things are not going to work well. I'm glad I got out. Thankfully, I did not add, because that would have that much worse. I love to see the movement, though. I love to see that this candle right now, let's see, 720. Yeah, this is good. This is a nice 60-point candle. I'll take 60-point candles. I should probably reduce my position size a little bit more, but man, I will take that sort of, these sorts of candles over these. Oh, boom, look how massive this candle is. Oh, wait, that candle's 15 points, Hey, Eli. Got out of a short at the 21 EMA. Nice job. Good job. Good trade. Should probably start waiting for confirmation and not trying to anticipate stuff. Like I want to. Okay. Look at, we have volume, so like volume profile, peak of the mountain right here, 200 SMA right there. I'm gonna try right there for a long. Again, I'm anticipating. I won't necessarily have any confirmation that it wants to stop there, but I do think I have good reasoning as to why it could stop there. Let's see what happens. Again, on days like today, just keep a little bit closer. I mean, you should always keep a close eye on your position size, but that much closer of an eye. Yep, 5. It's MNQ. I'm not on NQ right now. So I'm at a half of an NQ, right? An NQ, the equivalent of one NQ would be 10 MNQ. So right now I'm at a half. Half NQ. Yeah, it happens, Dan. It happens. But I mean, that's fine too, right? I mean, if you get an explosive candle and it's an explosive candle, it is an explosive candle. Now, sure, you may wish the explosive candle was defined as 80 points, but if on that particular day an explosive candle means 20 points, we'll take 20 points. You know, that's the thing with market. You know, every day an explosive candle is defined differently. You know, a month and a half ago, explosive candles were 300 pointers. These days, it seems like an explosive candle might be 30 points. Yeah, 5 NQ would, yeah, that'd be very aggressive. So for anybody new here, trading 5 NQs is the equivalent of 50 MNQ. Right now, I'm at 5, and even with 5, these things can add up pretty quickly. Come down a little bit right there, a little bit right there. Hey, what's up, Ace? Got a full port. That's true. Yeah, what am I doing? Why am I not full porting? I need to get that red back. Clay, would you believe that I know when a big move is coming? No, I would not believe that. Nope. Would you believe me if I said I know when a big move's coming? As soon as anybody uses the word no, that is where I click off my brain. I'm like, okay. Because at that point, you're either dealing with a total newbie or a liar. Right? Those are the two choices. I don't lie ever. Well, that streak just ended, brother. Hate to break it to you, but if you were to tell me that you know where the price is going, your I don't lie ever streak just ended. So don't do it. Don't tell me that because I don't want you to break that streak. Nah, paying for that. Like everybody is now from a PR standpoint. It's a terrible talking point. Oh, the rich get rich. Blah, but like from a practical trading standpoint, it doesn't make any difference. Hey, Sam. Long on SMA, maybe. I mean, I'm trying to get a long right there. This chart looks gnarly. This chart looks like, I don't know. It looks like something. From now on, I will prove it to you. Okay. So is it your claim that you know where the price is going? Please don't say yes. Okay. Well, your streak is over. You had a good run, Indica. I think I know where this is headed, but I think I still know how I'm going to get him. We'll see though. We'll see what how he plans on proving things. But I still think I'm going to get him. Did you do? What do you mean? Did I do? What do you mean? Define do. Okay. Okay. See if I can get filled here. Okay, I am long. We have the 200 SMA right here on the 5 minute. We have the 200 SMA here on the 2 minute. And I continue to try to catch the knife. I believe I'm catching it at very valid areas where it could bounce, but that is also the flip side to a knife is, nah, we don't care. We don't care. We're going to keep on falling, brother. Come on, hammer. Give me a nice green hammer. Please. There we go. I asked politely. Mental stop at the lows. So if it goes below and starts putting new lows, I got to get out. That is my mental stop. That's what I'm watching. Come on, brother. Give me that hammer. All right, well, I guess just get bearish. I think I got to stop with the long stuff at this point. It's just, I mean, look at this 5 minute. Wild. Look at this 5 minute. 21 EMA, no, I don't care about that. Overnight high, no, I don't care about that. Previous session close, no, I don't care about that. 50 SMA, I guess we'll act. We'll act as if we cared about that. Nope, back down we go. VWAP, nah. 200. So, I don't know. Rock, just go to the link at the top of the screen because they have a really good site of explaining how things work. At the end of the day, what your first step that you need to focus on without overwhelming yourself with a million other things, this is what you'd have to focus on. If you get the 50K account, in order to pass the test, you have as long as you want to pass the test, but aim to pass it within 1 month so that you don't have to pay this again. Because after you pass, this fee goes away. But in order to pass, you got to make 3,000, but don't lose 2,000. That's it. You don't have to overthink anything else. Just focus on that right now. I do appreciate somebody that it's trying to, understand and plan for every little nook and cranny. But with this stuff, let's just focus on getting the account passed first. One bridge at a time. And that's what you need to focus on. And as far as position size, every trade, you can go up to 6 NQs, for example, or 60 MNQ. But that's it. And then if you want to get the 40% off, that's where, using code CLAY will give you the discount, help support the stream. But like that, that's what you need to know right now. Goodness. See, now even going short here feels like a total chase. Like I get it in hindsight, I could have shorted pretty much wherever and I would have been okay. What is this? We are day trading futures here because day trading futures through a prop firm is chef's kiss. I want to try to buy right there. I mean, can we get a bounce off the overnight low? But at this point, like, how many cuts am I going to take? Like, but one of these, I don't know. I don't know. What? That 5 minute is something else. Wow. Nobody's speaking right now. Like, I remember somebody saying Trump was, if I remember right, was going to be speaking, but he's not talking right now. Is that correct? He will be speaking, but is not currently speaking. I'm kind of already on like a semi tilt, anyways, based on how my day went. Which again, I'm not. If anyone wants to know how my day went, the 18-minute mark. But that one talking about that was enough for me. No, the chat room is on fire right now, Cam. I have zero complaints about the chat room. We got all sorts of action. Kaio, so the cool thing about what the vast majority of us here do is I would say that in the category of day trading, we're currently in the golden age of day trading. And the reason for that is you can trade futures, which move way better than stocks. And you can do so through a prop firm, which gives you all sorts of benefits. One of the benefits being very easy math. Because right now, okay, well, how much do I need minimum? Because how do margin requirements work? Blah, blah, blah. All good questions, assuming you're using your own money. But with prop firms, it's very straightforward. The math is told to you right here. So for example, 50K of purchasing power is going to cost you 102. For the 50K, well, what does that get you? That gets you per trade up to 6 NQ contracts, for example, or 60 MNQ contracts. But that's it. You don't need to do any further math other than that. Yes, 3-day pass is the new norm. Blessed. Could it be the 10-year? It's up. Oh, is the 10-year yield going up right now? Call direction. Anybody can call direction. I think it's going to go up. See, it went up a tick. I was right. He needs to call a price target. What is the potential take home? A lot. Way more than what you have risk. Because at the end of the day, your only technical risk is whatever you bought the account for. So yeah, that is the other thing with prop firms. The ROIs are scam-like. Now, that doesn't mean that this makes trading easy, because trading is not easy. But there are a whole lot of benefits to it. How long does it take you to pass an eval? Just a few days. Like, let me put it this way. I'm pretty happy about the 3 days. I mean, that makes sense. If the bonds are currently trending up, I mean, there is going to be, I would say, an inverse correlation. Because the market is like a drug addict. The market wants that cheap money, that cheap money. And when bond yields are going up, that cheap money is not getting cheap. It's getting more expensive. So again, I don't know if that's why we're dropping because yields are going up. I'm just saying that would make sense in my mind. Because I'm stupid, because I'm a dented baboon, I'm gonna try to play the magic bean indicator. There. Trying. I'm going for the double bottom. Don't you dare. If it, after all these red candles, still does not care about even the double bottom at all, then so be it. Like, it is what it is at that point. I mean, I'd love to short, but again, going back to my 11 a.m. talk and my ability to kind of like buy tops, I really, in the same day, do not feel like shorting the bottom of like an epic move down. That would not be good for my, that just would not be good. $5 was my thing. Holds me from overtrading as I divide my target by 5. Well, you can keep doing it. Again, the 3 days is the minimum. You don't have to pass it in 3 days. So Gurpreet, continue to divide by 5. I mean, you might get thrown in timeout, Indica, because it's funny at first, but like if you're gonna now make this your shtick about how I can predict the future, but I'm not going to, like law of diminishing return, that will eventually just get annoying. But would I ban you for it? No, I'd throw you in timeout though, just so you can rethink, so you can go study the law of diminishing return. Yeah, I know, but my okay. Yeah, I know, but my brain don't listen. I've been there before. I hate when that happens. What you know to be like the right action or the right philosophy, but then your brain doesn't listen. And then your brain takes over and it sends those neurons down your nervous system and causes your muscles to flex, and then your finger goes like this and clicks buy. I hate when that happens. Stupid neurons. And I'm trying to get long at the green line. The Three Stooges causing it, trying to think, but nothing happens. Yeah. New 1 hour candle in 10 seconds. Okay. For those of you that use the 1 hour, FYI, new candle coming. Yep. So basically, that makes sense. Again, the market wants that cheap money. That's kind of, I mean, 15%, that's kind of crazy that just a 15% change would cause this much, but it is what it is. I'm tempted to try a short right here, just a back test of this area. And if it V, so if this turns into a V, this is just this threat. It's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger, and it'll just prove that I'm trying to trust. I think this is bearish. I don't want to chase it and short at the lows, but if it wants to give me a bit of a bounce, I'd be open to that. I think you give market makers way too much credit. You seem to think that market makers can like make the price do whatever they want. That would not be true. So yeah, I think in my opinion, you're giving market makers way too much credit. Okay, here we go. Maybe. See if we can get the double bottom. I am it 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 I am don't even no. That's purely my fault. I moved that order down by like a point. So that is yeah. I did move the entry, Sean. You are correct. FOMO in. Hey, Amarius, what is up with you being a dent? Why do you keep telling me to do stupid things? Earlier you were telling me to full port. Now you want me to FOMO in. All right, Amarius needs to go on a little vacation. I don't appreciate that. I appreciate people like Frog saying, hey, man, don't tilt, buddy. So, Marius, enjoy your little vacation. I want to surround myself with good friends. We'll give them 5 minutes. You shooting to go long on the green line. I don't remember seeing a green line. I literally have nobody to blame but myself. If I may say so myself, I would have nailed that entry. But then the baboon in me was like, hey, let's move it down by a point. Does a point really make a difference? No, but let's just move it down by a point. And then I missed it. Could, yeah, I could. Yeah. If I may say so myself, that would have been like, definitionally speaking, like a perfect entry. Again, right now I'm not laughing because I don't want to treat this seriously. It is a coping mechanism. Sometimes laughter helps me not to lose my mind. Who's actually controlling price behind the scenes? Buyers and sellers. Supply and demand. And Kaio, to illustrate why market makers are not nearly as strong as what you think they are, and you don't have to take my word for it, but go do a study of economic history. Market maker firms have gone out of business. How can they go out of business? How can the people that supposedly control the price go out of business? The only way that logically flows is, well, because they wanted to go out of business, so they controlled the price in a way that put themselves out of business. But like, I assume we would agree market makers are here to make money. So like, then now we have a contradiction there. If they're here to make money, then why would they control the price in a way that causes them to lose money? Again, don't take my word for it, Kyle. Go do some economic research. You will see that market maker firms have gone out of business before. So you've now have a very interesting question on your hands. How could that be the case if, per your premise, they control the market? Right, but yeah, exactly. Well, it's the hedge funds that control things. Really? Again, don't take my word for it. Go do research. I promise you will find hedge funds that have gone kaput. Why would anyone want to be a market maker if they all lose money, though? Well, where did anybody say all market makers lose money? I mean, I didn't say that. Maybe you're replying to somebody else. Between two epic falls when they go out of business. I'm not sure what you're saying there, Virgil. Madoff was he? He was a market maker? I guess I don't know. I don't know. I always just thought he was like a fund manager. His moves dictated market moves. I don't know about that one. Again, my only point is, well, someone can pay them off. Just like how MMA fighter, boxer can take a loss on purpose. See, now we think out to the box. An inside payout. Okay, so the market maker firms that go out of business are, or the market makers that control the price are paid an amount to control the price in a way that puts them out of business. Is that what you're saying? I don't want to misrepresent your position. Right, that is my argument, and that argument holds. Like, because by definition, when revolution and stuff occurs, the government has like lost control. So yeah, definitely speaking, logically speaking, that would be the case. unless you're saying a country at war with each other, like the government's in control. Like that sounds like a government that has things out of control and they're trying to regain control, hence the war. So yeah, Virgil, that yeah, that I don't see how that's a poor example. In the United States, the Civil War was because the government was trying to regain control by as the South as they had lost control of the South, you know? Okay, here we go. Maybe a short here. No, I don't. I probably don't have the pivot points. Well, I'm not talking about. Listen, Virgil, people are not talking about market makers, generally speaking, controlling the price. There are some people that quite literally think market makers can go and build a bull flag, call a bull flag to break out. So no, I'm addressing the people that are like, no, I'm not saying generally speaking. I'm saying market makers can cause the price to go up, go down, and then go back up. That's not generally speaking. That is literally them saying, no, that's their power. That's who I'm addressing here, Virgil. Yeah, Kyle, my point is that doesn't make any sense. Because if I accept your premise that they can control the price of the stock market, think about what you're saying. That sounds like the ultimate cheat code to make as much money as you want. So, like, nobody could offer them a payment that would make mathematical sense. Because in their mind, I don't care about your $800 billion offer to me. I control the price, I control the stock market. I can make $8 trillion. It makes zero sense for them to take a payout if they control the market. Hey, Kyle, I don't know why you're just trying to, like, Occam's razor, buddy. Occam's razor. You should probably learn about it. Supply and demand, you know? That's what I think moves the market, supply and demand. Do market makers contribute to supply and demand? Sure. Do hedge funds contribute to supply and demand? Sure. Do little old ladies in the nursing home on their phone, on their Robinhood app, contribute to supply and demand? Sure. Well, Frog, I look at this as more of a value thing because some people just need to be educated. Some people need to be pushed back on their thoughts because I can tell some people have never been pushed back with the thoughts they're giving. So I'm spending my time being the loving person. Somebody's trying to tell me right now that these people who control the frickin' stock market are gonna be willing to take a payout, as if a payout is gonna be as much money as they can make from just controlling the stock market. Like, what are we talking about? Hollywood makes sense though, right? Hollywood makes sense. People they watch the rogue trader. Right. Yeah, the rogue. I'm not saying that somebody can't temporarily make something happen. That's not my. Okay, it doesn't matter. You guys don't listen to any of my definition. It doesn't matter. Could a massive hedge could all right? Could Warren Buffett have 500,000 shares? I'm just making this up of Tesla, and he's like, "Hey, intern, I need you to slowly offload 50,000 shares." Could that intern then go and have a typo and put 500,000 share market order in? Would that temporarily influence the market and cause a spike in the downwards direction? Yes. That's not the type of control I'm talking about. I've been very specific. If you think that a market maker or whoever can bring the price up, let's bring it down. Oh, let's do a little bit of a fake breakout. Let's come back down. And then let's go. No, that is a type of control that some people believe in that I am pushing back on. But you telling me to consider a one-time event? Well, yeah, a one-time event can happen. But I'm not talking about like that's not ultimate control. That's temporary control. again, if you want to take the camp that market makers can make the price do whatever they want, then you're gonna have to explain to me how they've gone out of business. Which Kaio tried. I guess they're being paid off. They're being paid off to go bankrupt. That was, I guess, an attempt at it. Then it's, why does it have to be people colluding together? Why can't it just be supply and demand? Even if, here, I'll concede, it's people colluding together. But at the end of the day, if you have a couple different people colluding together against the market, but then the market is still right, I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, it's still supply and demand. It's just who's got the most demand within the collusion circles. Okay, Kyle. Well, you know what? Then you should not be in the market. You are an idiot to be in the market then. Because per your premise, you have zero control. Your choices don't matter because the market is just one massive manipulation thing. So yeah, you should probably go and do something where you have at least a little bit of control. And then it's not all just, being manipulated against you, But at least, Kyle, you can. Well, yeah. Superman's also possible. Superman is logically possible. I don't see any evidence of that. But I mean, I guess it's possible. Okay, again. So it doesn't matter. You guys do not listen to definitions. Let's move on. You think my arguments don't make sense. Virgil, I could not make more of a simplistic argument. If X is claimed to control something, and then at the same time, X has gone out of business, then like you would have to say, therefore X wanted to go out of business. But if part of X is X also wants to make money, then you have a contradiction there. It's basic logic, Virgil. That was a first. Like, no, your argument doesn't make any sense. Like, no, it literally make. If anything, you should be accusing me of oversimplifying the argument because it does make perfect sense, but I've just oversimplified it. That would be the normal way to go about it. But you already conceded I'm right. You already conceded you're throwing out the word generally. Well, yes, generally big money can cause some movements, but that was never my definition. I'm talking about the people that can control, like, and again, some people believe this. Some people believe that there is something that can bring the price up, bring it down, form the bull flag, and then bring it up. That is who I'm talking about. That is my definition. So if you have that definition, then it's weird how somebody with that amount of power would go out of business. And there's a track record of those things going out of business. Okay, Kyle, it doesn't matter. Like you cannot ever invalidate. I don't know what fallacy you're using, but like you'll never be able to be wrong because you'll just say infinitely, well, we don't have evidence yet. Well, we don't have evidence yet. I say 2 + 2 = 4, and you're like, no, that's not true. There could be evidence out there that suggests 2 + 2 does not equal 4. We don't have enough evidence yet. So, anyways, go ahead. You live in your little tinfoil hat world, and I'll live in my tinfoil hat world. I'm gonna go with Occam's razor. You can go with we'll go with the soap opera theory. People are getting paid off to run themselves out of business. Unicorns aren't real. Hey, maybe we just don't have enough evidence yet. Don't have enough evidence yet. Okay, yeah, I will consider along here. What do you mean it's black and white? How, you can't say it's black and white. It hasn't been investigated enough yet. Maybe it's not as black and white as what you think. No, Virgil, it's not. You're arguing against something that I'm not even talking about. Yeah, maybe it's a breakdown, but no, it doesn't. I understand your position. My point is your position is irrelevant to what I'm saying and to what Io or Kai or whatever that guy's name is. What a move. Just, it don't care. Well, I guess it finally cared a little bit about some stuff here. But ultimately, here's one reason. I mean, first off, it's a logical contradiction. But the other reason why I'm kind of passionate is because I do want people to succeed. And you are setting yourself up to not succeed is if whenever you have losing trades or losing money, you walk to the mirror and you're like, those market makers, that manipulation, it's not my fault. No, no, no. It is manipulation's fault. It is market makers' fault. It is hedge funds' fault. It's not my fault. Hey, honey, I know I just lost our vacation money, but it was the market makers, honey. It was manipulation, honey. It wasn't my fault. Here's the good news. Here's the good news. If you look in the mirror and then you say it's my fault, guess what? You've just conceded that you're the problem. But you know what the powerful thing about conceding you are the problem is? It also implies you are the solution. If your claim is, well, the problem why I'm struggling is exterior, then there's nothing you can do about it. So why are you still trading? Again, Kaio, I'm done with you because you continue to argue against things I'm not talking about. Can there be temporary manipulations? Could a massive fund just hammer the bid with 1 million shares and cause that stock to, snap all the way down? Yes, that's temporary manipulation. That's not what I'm talking about. And your failure to listen is just, I cannot make it. Some of you are about to lose your minds because I've done this about 4,000 times now trying to explain my definition and you continue to just ignore it. But ultimately, at the end of the day, that's why don't blame manipulation. Don't blame anybody exterior to yourself because follow that logic through. It's a very hopeless situation because there's nothing you can do about your problems in the market because, well, they're not actually yours. It's the evil market makers. But if you're like, oh man, dang, I'm an idiot, then guess what? You're the problem because you're the idiot, but you can also stop being an idiot and improve. How freeing is that? That's awesome. That's like the most peaceful thing I can think of is that it's your fault. Again, I understand what you're saying, Kaio. My point, like I told the other guy, is it's irrelevant to what I'm saying. You're the one showed up. And again, I guess you've specified, but my point is who cares? It's irrelevant. Just go trade. Let me ask you this, Kaio. When you lose money, who do you blame? Do you blame manipulation or do you blame yourself? Let's go with this because that's actually the heart of what I'm trying to get at. If you blame market makers and stop trading because the problem is exterior to you, there's nothing you can do to fix the problem. If you're like, no, I blame myself, then who cares? Who cares what it is? Just trade. The funny thing here is Indica, I got you. Oh man, I'm good. That's why I can't wear the heart rate monitor. Because my heart, like it is as cool can be. I'm good. I am good. I am good. I will say that. I will say that. Take it right. Yeah, take it. But at the same time, if it is truly your premise that when you lose money or this, and this, myself, but when the numbers, oh, of course there's a but. Myself, but hey, honey, I lost money, but the numbers aren't adding up. So like, it wasn't actually my problem. You shouldn't be trading it, Kaio, because there's nothing you can do to fix the problem. I love it. Well, I take responsibility, but it you know, yeah. Virgil, just stop. I think this English thing is breaking down. That makes no sense. Yes, if you know a market, if you know a neighborhood is shady, and then you go there, yeah, that would be the problem. You are the problem in that situation. How are you being a problem? You've identified a shady neighborhood, yet you go there. Oh, look. This swimming pool is on fire. Okay, I'm going to go jump into it. Who's the problem there? The person that decided to go jump into a pool that's on fire, Virgil. Just stop, buddy. Just stop. I think you being English second language is breaking down. Okay, Virgil, just be done. You are once again, and it's got to be the language thing. You continue to argue irrelevant things. Holy smokes. Okay, bye. Okay, and you're one of these guys. Gotcha. So unless I'm allowed to argue, I'm just going to leave. What a dent. I think Virgil was a dent anyway. I think that's the guy, now that I think about it. Anytime I track, like, for off the market, and we talk about, like, bunny rabbits or puppy dogs, Virgil would be like, can we get back to trading? I think that's that guy. I was wondering why his name recognized. Yeah, you're not, again, Virgil, you're not, okay, it doesn't matter. This guy's, now he's gaslighting. Okay. All right, have a good one, Virgil. Getting close to the pivot. Not quite there yet. Again, for me, I don't. This is very difficult action. I've already tried to trade long twice, both losing trades. But to go short right now, oh man, that seems like a chase to the downside. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm going to end with this. If you're not going to blame yourself, then don't do trading. Because if you're going to claim the problem is external to you, then definitionally speaking, there's nothing you can do to fix the problem because the problem is external to you. But if you're just like, man, I'm the problem because I did something stupid, I broke a rule, then cool. That's very freeing. That should let you sleep easy at night because if you're the problem, you're also the solution. That's all. Is there a major level of support somewhere that would be a logical pivot point? I mean, at the end of the day, Burning, you're acting as if there are universal rules. There are universal rules such as manage risk, but like once you get into there, well, how exactly are you going to manage risk? What you got to figure that out on your own, brother. Like that's why trading is hard. I understand people make it seem like trading is just, oh, I have a strategy, just do this. And ultimately, what they're doing, they're preying upon the same, psychological sales pitch as, oh, you want to lose weight? Here, take this pill. In other words, just take the pill. Hey, just follow my strategy. That's not there. There's no like level out there. You got to just go out there and build your. Unfortunately, you got to build your own strategy. We all have different strategies. If we were to peel back all the layers, we might have some commonalities, but like within the details, we'd have differences. Okay, Kyle, this is where you just need to stop yapping, man. Are you an options trader? Notice how Kyle thinks that 1,000 to 3,000% gainers is like supposedly impressive. Just stop, Kyle. Stop. With prop firms, 1,000 to 3,000% gainers is nothing. I don't know if I think he's on a vacation, but Brian on one account was up over. I think he got up to like 30,000% ROI. That's true. I do have the magic bean indicator. I do have the magic bean indicator. It is guaranteed to bounce off that white line. That's the only guarantee. All right, gonna try the pivot point. TTE? What's TTE? Am I about to need to delete this comment? Okay, Indica, you're either gonna get buy now. It's going down. Again, Indica, like all kidding aside, you know the rule. Either give us 3 numbers or I'll send you on vacation for the rest of the weekend. Because you of anybody should know that buy now doesn't mean anything. Either give us a trade plan, which I know you know how to define a trade plan. I know that you know that a trade plan is not buy now. Okay, he's gone. I don't know what's Indica. I don't know if he is drunk, but he is completely reverted back to the Indica that got himself banned several months ago. We'll send him on vacation. Hey, thank you, Total Dork. Gas is 321 here. All right, well, I'll cancel this. I'll cancel it out for now. I can always throw it back in. Yeah, gold. I mean, I gotta think. Gold has cooked so many people today. I mean, gold is back to like the gold that I remember from 6 months ago. Yeah, Cam. I have lost track of gold. I mean, I'll still keep an eye on it, but like during the day, I don't really glance at that much. But yeah, it is. it has been doing something else today. Like in fact, I would say gold is too volatile for me to even want to trade today. Because GC, I guess I could do MGC. There you go, Sean. See, taking matters in your own hands, and just like that, it's now enjoyable. Good. Glad you got it figured out. Yeah, I know some. I think some people here have traded GC today, but yeah, it seems you got to have balls of gold, I guess, to trade gold today. Hey, JB. Good green day today. Congrats. Been a rough one for me. Started off so bad. Down bad today. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm gonna be honestly. Well, I'm thanking. It makes me. It makes me worried that you have to say I'm gonna be honest, Clay. So does that mean sometimes when you're telling me things, you're not being honest? I heard that once. I was listening to a podcast, and I think it was on like sales. And the guy's premise, which I agreed with, was like, never, ever say, I'm going to be honest with you. Or honestly, because like in your customer's head, you're like implanting the seed. Well, wait a second. Does that mean sometimes you're not being honest with me? I think I still slip every now and then. Like I get it. It's kind of just like a figure of speech. I understand that. But like his point, which I agree with, like it's just stuff like that. You don't want to create friction in the buyer's mindset, right? In the customers or potential customers' mindset, you don't want to create friction. Sounds good, Dan. All right, have a good one, Dan. So here's the other thing, which again, if you're practicing, why this would be bad practice. So Indica says, buy now. It's like, oh, okay, but that is, and I don't know, I actually don't even really ask for all this, but like, think about it. Buy now, well, how much do I buy, right? Because, for example, if he was like, well, we'll buy 8NQ, okay, well, then that would mean, yeah, I get it. It came back up. And let's just say, for example, that he's right and it just keeps going up. But it's like, okay, well, if he told me to buy 8NQ, then who cares that it went up? Because right here, I'm toast. The account is cooked. This move down here was basically 40 points. Like game over type stuff. So that's why if you're practicing, even position size matters because okay, are you ultimately going to be able to weather that storm? So it's just and I said excited the same thing, right? When I was new and a beginner, I'd show up and like, okay, I'm going to buy now because I think it's going to go up. And like I said, as soon as you start trading, you realize how that stuff is very open ended and ultimately not very useful. So be as specific. What I'm trying to get across here is anybody that's newer and learning and kind of practicing, be as specific as possible. Bare minimum. Bare minimum, you should have three numbers. You should have an entry point as a number, a target as a number, and a stop loss as a number. If you want to go above and beyond, also do position size. Okay, I'm going to do, I don't know, 2NQ, or I'm going to do 8MNQ, or I'm just, if you want to go above and beyond, then also do position size so that you can ultimately kind of really start to see how numbers work out. But bare minimum should be those three numbers. I might be looking for a short here. Okay, we'll look for a short at the red line if it wants to come back down. I am short. Again, I am short here. Come on. Take a little scalpy scalp there. What was that number beforehand? That seems like it should have been a way better gain than what that was. I guess in my credit, that just proves I was not looking at the P&L. So I was not watching the P&L, which is always my goal. I can't watch P&L during a trade. But that seems like it would have been a bigger... Or was that up in the 4? Was that a 4? Really? That's all I made on that? What? All right. I guess I thought this was a little bit bigger than what it was. I don't know. All right. Well. Am still interested in a long down here at the... Okay, let's actually get that out just in case. So we'll look for a long at that green line. There's a pivot point right there. I could see that being a fake breakdown area. So I guess in some senses, I'm playing a fake break double bottom. And I'm just using a pivot point to help gauge where I think the break becomes a fake. So I do think there's going to be a real break for a moment, right? Because you got to have a breakdown. So I think the breakdown happens here, but I believe it'll start to become a fake breakout, or I should say, I hope it'll start to become a fake breakout right there. I'm sorry, a breakdown right there. Now, if it's a genuine breakdown, aka not a fake breakdown, I'm gonna have a losing trade. Nah, Amaris, you're on my watch. Yeah. I would assume drawing a trend line would probably make me do something stupid, since that's apparently what you want me to do today. Mr. Full Port, Mr. FOMO, Mr. Probably draw a trend line so I do something stupid. Or are you saying drawing a trend line would help me? I'm not even sure what trend line you're talking about. Today's been very good movement though. Like, man, I hope this is the new norm. Today has been fantastic. Yeah, I was a total baboon, but that's on me. But like, just price movement and volatility, please stay this way. Well, given the track record today, Amarius, I'm assuming it is meant to harm me. Agreed. Great movement. My behavior within the movement leaves a lot to be desired, but that does not mean the movement's been great. I have zero complaints. Sorry to hear that, Rim. I took smart trades. That really is the epitome of trading. Not doing dumb things. The opposite of dumb, smart. So agreed. Good job. Way to not take a dumb trade. Way to do the opposite of taking a dumb trade. Yeah, no, that's really all what we're trying to do. Every single one of us is trying to not do dumb things. We're trying to do the opposite of dumb. Best to trade full minis or micros to pass the eval. Well, I mean, if you're wanting to pass and pass fast, then yeah, micros for sure, and full port for sure. But again, the counterfactual of that question is, what's the quickest way to blow up an eval? Same exact answer. Full port minis. No! Rim, are you, dude, how can, this, okay. A lot of things are an act. This is honestly not an act. These are the things that drive me insane. Rim, walk me through this out of pure curiosity. You are not new here. Surely you have heard me talk about the racehorse model. Surely, brother. Like, I get it now. I remember growing up, and sometimes in your teacher's eyes, you could just see the exasperation. Because I fully, okay, yes, you have. Then why are you asking me that question? Why? Why? These are the moments where I want to figure out where all my teachers K through 12 live and send them an apology card. Like, teacher, I want, on behalf of myself and other students that have caused that look in your eye where you can just say, what am I doing with my life? How did I end up here? I apologize. So forget and move on. Well, no, but then I look like a jerk for ignoring you. All right, I'm going for a short up here. I am short. Very good. I'm adding more right there. Might be a V shape. Well, no kidding. Anything might be a V shape. It might also roll over and drop 4,000 points. Again, if you play the might game as a trader, or might game in life, you'll never take a trade. If you play it in life, you'll never leave the house. But then again, if you stay at the house, an airplane might fall out of the sky on top of you. Well, I have a bunker. Well, if you're in your bunker, your oxygen system might stop working, and then you suffocate to death, right? Your bias is something very rare happening. Okay. I mean, I guess that depends on your definition of a V shape, but man, I never think I'm going to nail a V shape. I never think I'm going to nail the top because that's very, very, very rare to do. Like whenever I try to catch a knife, and in no way in my mind I'm like, all right, I'm going to buy here because I think it's a freaking V shape. Now, if a V shape happens, I'll take it. I'm not going to complain. But to go in there like thinking I'm actually nailing a V shape, I mean, I'm just not even close to being that good of a trader. I'm not aware of any traders either that are. In fact, anybody that tells you they routinely nail V-shaped reversals, it's like, well, considering V-shaped reversals rarely happen, and then you're always nailing the rare. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and yeah. You're under a new name, so I'm gonna go ahead and ban this one, Sintaru. So Sintaru, that one is banned. But no, I think your timeout is still going on the other one. Was calling it hard. Well, then hopefully you went all in, Cam. Sounds like you. If you were calling it hard, you better tell me you want massive position size on it. I'm gonna move my add point up right there. Well, I don't know. I assumed if you were calling it hard, then you would at least went a little bit more than normal size. Why would you go regular position size if you were calling something hard? Good job, bullhead. Come on, brother. What are we gonna do here? Okay, in and added. My point is this, Cam. You're kind of like bragging. Well, I was calling a V shape hard. It's like, okay, yeah, but like you didn't. Your actions didn't actually match up that you were that confident. Because if you're like, if I'm super confident, if I'm calling something hard, I'm not going to do regular position size. I'm going to go in more. Why? Well, because by definition, I'm calling it hard. I'm like extra confident in it. You know. That's all I'm trying to get across. Well, there's my line in the sand at this point. Either it comes down or it's taking me out, and whatever. I'm thinking I probably get stopped out now. That hammer candle is never a good feeling. But hey, who knows? I would gladly look stupid. I would gladly love to see this tank right after I say, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get stopped out. I would, in fact, market, please make me look like a buffoon. Please. I don't know. Maybe I just got to go to Scalpy Scalps now. Because this one was green. I had the chance at the Scalpy Scalp. I didn't take it. And now I am going to pay the price for it. So, I don't know. Maybe that's the lesson. Gold's chilled out a little bit, huh? Still, that range on gold is almost, what, 15 points? That's wild. It just sounds weird to me, Cam. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, man, I was calling it hard. Blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, you're extra confident. Oh, so you did more size? No. Okay, well, I don't think you were as confident as what you're making it seem like. That's my only point. Is to me there's a little disconnect there. Claim of higher confidence than normal, yet exact same size. Now it comes down. What a dirtbag. All right. Okay. Maybe my timing was just a little too early. So let's get back in, because you can't always get back in. Let's see what happens. That seems to be kind of the golden goose point right there. If I can get that, maybe we can get some more momentum. There we go. Okay, let's get risk off the table here. I'm going to follow it down with all 8. Let's see if this thing can carry me to West Virginia. Come on, brother. Keep dumping. Keep dumping. Come on. Another push down. Another push down. Come on. Dump it, dump it, dump it. Come on. And stopped. All right. Well, glad I got back in. No, I should have probably started to sing. I think you allow people to think they know more than you. I think you allow people to think they know more than you on this chat. So you're quite. I think you allow people to think that they know more. Well, yeah, I sure. I guess as opposed to what? Like assuming I'm supposed to think that I know everything? Golf time? I'm not sure what you're actually critiquing or what you're suggesting. Maybe I'm misunderstanding what you're saying, but it seems to be like, Clay, you should just act as if you know everything. And if you acted as if you knew everything, then nobody would be questioning you. I don't know if that's a right interpretation of what you're saying. Right, Cam. I understand all that. My only point was you kind of, yeah, I was calling it hard. That's what my only point is. Like, you seem to be extra confident in it. That's my only point. So it was weird to hear you talking like I was calling it hard. Like I knew a V-shape was coming and then you didn't do any bigger size. That's my only thing. I understand why you keep position size the same. I get that. My point was it just sounds weird when somebody's all like confident, but then there's nothing really that their actions don't mimic. That's all I'm saying. But I was just told, I think, that I know it all. And if I act as if I don't know it all, then people like you're going to question me. So Cam, shut your mouth because I know it all. Okay, there we go. I think that's what I'm supposed to do with that advice I got from Golf Time. I think. So from here on out, brothers and sisters and furries, I am the be-all, end-all. This is me. This is the world of knowledge. Okay? Lions don't explain. Right. But people that think they're lions are actually the baboons, in all actuality. And I am a teacher at heart, so I do like to explain things. Lions don't explain. Okay, you know, tell me you're 13 years old watching Andrew Tate videos without telling me that you're 13 years old watching Andrew Tate videos. We'll call that one an Andrew Tate breadcrumb. That's why I'm here. Clay knows all. The only thing I know is that I don't know it all. That's the only thing I know. Who's 36 business owner? That's true. I do know that part too, Johnny. That one's fair enough also. Hammer right off the tread line? Okay, well, not the tread line I would have drawn. If I were to draw a tread line, I'm drawing that tread line right there. I mean, I'm trying to be a little humble, JB. But yes, what you say is actually truth. But you just need to know that I'm the most humble guy you'll ever meet, you know? That's how humble I am. I want you to know how humble I am. Hey, Spy Legendary, where have you been? I didn't lose 100. That number, I think, was like in the 700s before I took that last trade. Dang it. It did. It did want to. See, that's just what irritates me. That's why trading's hard. Timing was short. That kicked me out. Thankfully, I did get back in and got a little bit of it back, but bummer. Dang. All right. Thank you, MJ. Thank you. I'm here all afternoon. I just listened to a webinar on AI indicator. What are you doing with your lot? What? You chose in webinar on an AI indicator over hanging around your fellow baboon brothers? That was a poor life decision on your part. I'm not very happy with Indica. Dude told me to buy. I can't remember. Where did Indica told me to buy like right here? What? Dude wants me to lose money. That's crazy. I don't know what I did to him. That's true. The magic bean indicator is in full effect. This is with the one guarantee I can make in the market. The price will bounce off that white line. Guaranteed. That's why it's the magic bean indicator. The price will bounce off that white line. I guarantee it. Beautiful bounce right off that white line. I told you. I told you. Yeah, MJ. I don't want to talk about my day, but yeah, 18-minute mark. I go over my day. It was no bueno. That's right. The white line, magic bean indicator. It always bounces. Never. Yep, that's right. Still blows my mind how some people they don't believe in it. 435. I will long to. Oh, there we go. Spy Legendary, Sway Trader all the way through. And where's your stop at? What are you? You're probably running at least, what, 100-point stop, Spy Legendary? It's for, oh man, it's gonna be, okay. So I need to share how excited I am for this weekend. So yeah, Friday we got movie night tonight. Cool. And then Saturday we got invited to a shindig. The Sam, who you know is the guy that's basically the general contractor of my house. He has a bunch of his brothers because he comes from a big family. Anyways, we got invited over to his parents' house for a shindig. From what I've heard, there will be burgers, there will be volleyball, there will be frisbee. And so I am looking forward to it. A shindig. Yep, that's what it's called. I am very, very excited. Especially because he's got like him and I we fall in the same category on many, many things. So it's just like it's one of those situations where obviously nothing's foolproof, but it's like, yeah, I would not be worried if my kids became friends with his kids. In fact, that's kind of what I'm hoping happens. They've hung out and played around a little bit before, but like never like, so this will hopefully reinforce all that. So I'm excited. Oh, it is a shindig. A football shindig? Fantastic. For me, volleyball is a little bit easier on the but going across the middle and getting laid out, whew, I don't know. I don't know if I feel like that anymore these days. Wow. Nice recovery, Zach. Shindigs are awesome. I am excited. So yes, this weekend I'm looking forward to. Agreed. Agreed, W4. Well, I was obviously not very seriously because I didn't take the trade or really come back close to it. But it did cross my mind. Do I try a back tester of the tread line? To a hootenanny. Okay, well, I'll aim for that. I'm like, when do I get the invite to the hootenanny? When he says, what's that? I'll say, I have no idea, but somebody on the internet told me that. Okay, so you are 13. You're a 13-year-old who is just typing stuff on the internet. Gotcha. At the end of the day, I disagree with your premise. I think it would make me a very intolerable person to be around if I adapted your premise of just act like I know it all and then nobody will question me. That I don't know. That seems like it would be like in a business sense. I don't know. Maybe there are some people that would be attracted to that. But like if you're attracted, let me put it this way: we are not cut from the same cloth. If you would find somebody that acts like a know-it-all, so that so that nobody questions them, that sounds like a cult leader to me. So I'm gonna again, if you like the cult leader type vibes, be my friend, be my guest. But those aren't my vibes. Okay, Indica, do I just need to ban you again? What happened to you? Why did you go into absolute obnoxious mode? What? Sir, and that's actually an honest question, Indica. What just happened to you today? You already look like a baboon once, telling me to buy, and we're definitely down lower. Once someone challenges your know-it-all belief, you found your partner. Okay, I'm not even sure what that. All I know is it seems like you like you feel good around like somebody that's trying to be a cult leader. I'm just saying that's not my vibe. Like that's my red flag to be around somebody that is acting as a know-it-all as to shut down questions. Like I would not want to be in that environment. Therefore, I'm not really looking to be that guy either. But it sounds like that's your model. Hey, and if that has served you well, more power to you. Good job, Charles. But no, seriously, what happened to you, Indica? Like, are you? I know you mentioned drinking. Are you like drunk right now? Honest question, because that's the only thing I can think about is like you literally are actually drunk, and that's why you seem to be a totally different person than what you've been the past couple of weeks. Like you are literally right back to the Indica that I remember banning, like just completely obnoxious. What a day, and not in a good way. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, it hasn't been the smoothest of days for me either. Heck. What did I say? Did I say it was not Friday? Sorry if I misspoke. It is Friday. Drinking 1 a.m. Friday afternoon. Is that possible? Is it possible for 1 a.m. to be Friday after? I guess somewhere else in the world, 1 a.m. Friday. But I own a golf sim, so I'm sure to improve. I'm thinking he's having. I'm thinking you're having a conversation with somebody else because I don't know what that has to do with anything. Are any of your kids playing sports? Yeah, our oldest does volleyball. Very nonchalantly though. As somebody that did all the sports at very serious levels, travel baseball, all the different things. I'm not sure what my parents were thinking. Maybe because I was only 1 of 2. Maybe that made. But yeah, we're not gonna push. Yeah, we're not gonna go all in it or anything. Oh, okay. Somebody asked your handicap. Okay, that makes a little bit of sense. Yeah, if you don't mind, if you guys can tag one another who you're talking to, that helps the conversation flow a little bit more because I was extremely confused for a second. Yes, it is 1 a.m. Somewhere. All right, do I try the long here? I'm thinking this could be a bounce. I'm long. Come on. Get up through the pivot point. Come on. Go. I'll take that one. I'll take. Yeah, okay. All right. I don't know. For some reason, I keep thinking these are going to be bigger gains, but it's still going to go down to 425. Why? Why do people have to talk like that? Why? I don't get it. It's going to go down there or you think it's going to go down there? Let me seek a little clarity. It's going to go down or you think it's going to go down? Yeah, I have the ES5 minute over here. Oh, Trump's been talking this whole time? Exactly, JP. Hence the clarification. Hence the clarification. Wow. That's cool. Good for them. For me, it's such a time commitment too. And when we have 6 kids, so like to take that much of time for one kid when you have 6, it's just like, some stuff, there's got to be some give and take. But yeah, good for her. Good for her. That's awesome. I like that a lot. She clearly was not just all hot air. She meant what she said. Oh, you having one of those days, Sharky? Okay, I see. So the one guy now disappeared. So if it goes down to 425, he'll be sure to show back up and say, I told you so. As it continues to go up, we just won't hear from him anymore. Gotcha. Okay, so it's one of these situations. Cool. Good for you. Yeah. Good. That's great. If you can make the time. Like I said, we're and I don't know, maybe I'm just not giving my wife and I enough credit. But no. It is the next. Okay, so what my question is, are you saying it's going to 425 or you think it's going to go there? This would be your answer to this question will determine whether or not I ban you. Because I don't like people that that believe this chat to be stupid. Because if you're gonna say that it's going there, then you seem to think that we're stupid enough to think that we'll fall for, wow, this guy knows. Don't treat the chat like like they're stupid, because they're not. I mean, the answer would be, I think it's going to go down there. Indica, you were close to being banned too. You still have not answered my question. What is your deal today? Why did you go into absolute obnoxious mode? And again, an honest question. I actually like Indica, but I'm a little like, wait, what's going on with him today? I hope this is the first day out of summer volatility. I hope you are right. Yes. Labor Day is very late this year. So technically speaking, even next week is still going to be pre-Labor Day. But man, I hope you're right. Or if you are from farm country, you can say, I reckon it's going down. Yeah, who knows? Who knows if I start to change my lingo by the people I don't think I hang around anybody yet that said I reckon. I mean, we're in Iowa, so I don't think Iowa's considered the deep south. You have a Darcy Long right now? It's working. I say reckon a lot. Hey, thank you, Total Dork. I think that's your second one today. Very kind of you. That's true. Yeah, Iowa's all corn, so that's why you should know nobody should ever move here. It is the worst place to live. Don't move to Iowa. Move anywhere but Iowa. Iowa is terrible. Definitely do not move here. I hate it here. Thank you for this public service announcement. They teach really? Is reckon, is that even English? Like y'all is actually proper English, which is kind of weird. So is reckon, is that actually English? Like y'all, that's like a Southern thing, but like grammatically speaking, y'all, it's just a combination. What are those things called? What are those contract? I don't even remember what those things are called, but it's a combination of you and all. But it's reckon. Is that like grammatically? Is that a actual? Okay. My question right now is reckon? Is that like actually grammatically correct, or is it like a slang thing? Okay, let me just. Oh, okay. It's actually a word. Okay, it is not slang. It is actually a word. This comes from Oxford. So no, this definition is not coming from Urban Dictionary. Consider or regard in a specified way. That was second definition. First one was established by counting or calculation. To calculate. His debts were reckoned at 300,000. I did not know you could use that in that sense. Interesting. There we go. So I thought it was total like slang, but there we go. I learned. Oh wait, I'm not supposed to come across as knowing it all. I mean, I knew that. I knew that. A step in it. Yeah. Oh yeah. I already knew that because I'm a lion. Hear me roar. Meow. Your account was reckoned. Yeah. What are you guys all doing this weekend? Did I get banned? You should probably get banned. Why did you lie to us? What should I do with a liar? Okay, let me ask you this. H6Y. What would you do to a liar? Because you are officially a liar. I gave you a chance to not be a liar, but you never changed. You said it would go down to there in 5 minutes. It did not. You are a liar. So what should I do with a liar? I didn't. No, I mean, you definitely did lie. You said we were going down to 425, and you said it will be 5 minutes. That's been long here and gone. 5 minutes not started yet. Okay, this guy's gone. What's up with the 13-year-olds today? We'll give him a timeout because normally he's fine. I don't know. Maybe he's having an indica day. So we'll give him a timeout. If he comes back and it still behaves the same way, then we'll ban him. Hey, KRT. Two kinds of people I can't understand: liars and thieves. I don't know. Today's been kind of getting weird. Some people that have been normal, like I don't know if they're having bad days or I don't know. Are they under some sort of a substance? Like, are they drunk or high? I don't know. I don't know. We got people in here telling me to be a know-it-all. Today's been unique. It's been a unique one. We had the one guy say that market maker firms are paid off, and that's why they control the price in a way that puts them out of business. So, yeah, I mean, today's been an interesting one. I'm new here. Don't let me. I assure you, nobody's bothering me here. But thank you. I appreciate that. I'm suspicious of your NQ trades. Oh, okay. See, even KRT right now he's getting weird. I thought America has a First Amendment. Yeah. Oh, wait. Are you that one guy I just timed out? I love how people say the First Amendment means I can say whatever I want to say without consequence. I don't remember the without consequence part in there. Yeah, I know. I know they're rage baiting. I'm just trying to show them that the quality of the rage bait is not so good. Like the golf guy, to be fair to him, he was just giving me some feedback, which is fine. I think, looks like we would go about things a little bit differently, but I don't think he was been trolling. I think he just gave some feedback, gave his thoughts on how he would approach the situation, which is fair enough. Look what she did, you little jerks. No, I believe you, Golf Time. I do believe you. No, you're fine. No, you gave me feedback. Like I said, I don't think. Sounds like we might go about business a little bit differently, but that's also what's nice about business, right? You have different thoughts. You have different people have different approaches. People have different theories, and that's fine. Okay, let's see. It's always like just a little suspicious when I put somebody in timeout or ban somebody, and then a name I've never seen before all of a sudden pops up in defense of that person. It's weird. It's weird. It's almost like, I don't know. Maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist, but it's almost like it's that person under another name. But I'm stupid, so it's probably not that. It's probably just one massive coincidence. I'd have a good one. Yeah, Indica, you are. Yeah, Indica he's gone. We'll give him 24 hours at this point. I don't know what. Again, I'm not sure what happened, but Indica, he gone. He gone for the rest of the day. He can try again on Monday if he wants. Maybe today has really caused people to cook a lot of accounts, and now they're just upset. So they're maybe a coping mechanism is to be obnoxious. I'm not sure, but this has been some normal names have just been out of character today. Well, good to have you, part-time golf. True, we are the same guy. Well, because you were honest about that, I'll only ban this name. But when you come back in 30 minutes, we'll see if you change it all. But yeah, this name is banned. But because you're honest, I won't ban the other one also. So see you later, what we know. Right, yeah, KRT. Yeah, like it's always been KRT. I'm not sure what you're confused about. This is where I'm very confused. Either you are, I don't know. You're either rage baiting, or you're also having like a weird. Is there like a sickness going around? I've just never seen you trade it. Okay. Well, I've never seen part-time golf hit a golf ball. Does that mean he doesn't hit a golf ball because I've never seen it? Like I'm not sure what you're getting at. I've never seen you do it. Therefore, what? Therefore, what are you suggesting, that I don't do it or what? I'm not sure what the. Okay. I mean, I've never seen. Well, some of you will just say AI. Let's see. What would be something that you couldn't say is AI? Like I've never seen anybody grow a mango. What? I think there's like a sickness going around, and the sickness is like it takes people that are normally like just like I don't know, just normal people, and it's turning them into just like I don't know. Okay, KRT. What I okay? You are KRT is about to go bye bye. The guy was honest and got banned. Well, yeah, well that name got banned, but I will not ban his other name. In fact, I bet is that you too? You're the same guy too, aren't you? How many names do you have? Oh, yeah, maybe it is a full moon and eclipse. Like there's something weird going on today for sure. Yeah, my wife saw it last night. I was sleeping. Yeah, well, I think it affected you in many ways, KRT. 250 point. Yeah, yeah. Today has definitely been. Okay, do I try a short here? I might. Do we get another rejection off the 21 EMA? Maybe. I'm gonna. No, I'm gonna keep this line out here for now. I think it could still come into play. Growing hair in odd places not related. Yeah, I think there's like a, for me at least, I've been and I'm going through like a second puberty. Like now my ears are going through puberty. Like the hairs that I get, so I try to pluck them out because it's just weird. But like my nose is going through like a puberty, like my nose hairs, ears are going through puberty. No, Blossom, I think your husband has lost it. He seems to be implying something, and he won't come and say what he's implying. I'm suspicious of your. Okay, he just flat out said it. He's suspicious. I don't know what he is suspicious of. I don't want to speak for him, but he seems to be saying, I've never seen you trade NQ, therefore, I don't think you trade NQ. Like, I'm trying to let him clarify, and he's not. He keeps beating around the bush. So I think that full eclipse is messing with him. I guess, yeah. Total eclipse of the brain. There, oh, all right. Are you, okay, now I'm wondering, like, has this been an act the whole time? Is KRT and Blossom the same person? It's just been an act? Did she really just dunk on her husband that bad? Total eclipse of the brain. Like, dang. Like, that's a mic drop of mic drops. Yes, Clay, what? Yes, you're the same person? Is this been an act the entire time? Or yes, you just totally mic dropped him? Something my wife would tell me? Oh, dang. If Blossom and KRT are two separate people, remind me not to get on Blossom's bad side. Holy smokes. She would make me cry. Uh, well, yeah. Kind of, you're kind of a little apples and oranges there because we were talking screen names. Lions don't cry, Clay. Well, have you seen what Blossom just did to her supposed husband? Yes, I've thrown the word supposed in because I am now skeptical. So we have Bear Pennant right now. Well, at least I think we do. Let's see. So if you agree, great. I don't think even if you disagree, hopefully you're like, yeah, Clay, I can at least see where we're coming from. Oh, I am officially suspicious. Particularly when all of a sudden KRT is no longer speaking. You start to speak and then he's like gone all of a sudden. It's weird. It's weird. Maybe a short up around there because we still have this tread line here for a potential back test. We have the 50 SMA right there. About to go cut the yards. All right, have a good one, Alfonso. He's too busy laughing. Okay, so he's just been trolling this whole time? I'm just enjoying the drama. Okay, well, and I'll go ahead and throw you in a timeout for just rage baiting and wasting everybody's time with drama that I guess is not really there. So we'll give him 24 hours. See you later. He gone. Why? Yeah. Why are weirdos? Why are people becoming weirdos? Like that's out of character for him to just. Clay, stop letting people cause drama. Well, that's the thing. I'm feeling deceived because people that are not normally doing that are all of a sudden just doing that. Hence the confusion. I am not happy, but I like men. Well, I'm not sure what you being happy has to do with whether or not you like men. Well, he didn't get banned. He just got thrown in a timeout for the rest of the day for wasting everybody's time. People are here to watch you. They are getting banned. Okay, you are that one guy. Read again. Right. I read that. I am not happy, but I like men. Again, I'm not sure what your feelings have to do with whether or not you like men, and whether you're happy or sad. I'm not going to repeat it, but has anybody ever read Lord of the Rings? And then what a bundle of sticks can be called? The English language. It's are you no. I know the English language, Black Magic Trading. Have you ever read a dictionary before? Oh, I thought that would be like some dots you'd connect very quickly. Oh, I did not know that. Good old. Well, I guess that's just language in general. Anybody that's here where English is your second language, but you've ever talked to me and had a discussion, like, you have nothing but my respect. English is such a goofy language. The fact that you were able to learn it without like growing up with it, you have nothing but my respect. That goatee is fish. Goatee? Goatee. Yeah, I've never heard goatee as a fish. English is not my first language. Yeah, what's your first language? Baboon? Okay, well, that makes a little bit more sense on why you didn't get my joke then. But yes, that's a little homework assignment. You can expand your English language and get the joke that I was doing. Yeah, well, KRT is either he's still rage baiting or he's a moron to have to ask those questions. Those are our two things right now. For somebody that has been around as long as he has, for someone that doesn't realize, I literally on my YouTube channel have a playlist of me trading the NQ in the morning sessions. Like I said, he's either just rage baiting, which makes sense because he enjoys the drama, or he's just, I don't know what he's doing. The eclipse of the brain thing is actually maybe true. But when you're like, I'm suspicious that you trade NQ, I've never seen it. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. Something weird's going on today. Maybe it was that eclipse, and I'm not even kidding anymore. Indica, that one dude that's like created like 30 screen names now, him, KRT, Blossom, which might still be KRT. I don't know what's going on. I'm just here for the ride. All right, have a good one, Neil. It's basically repelling other. Interesting. Not cherry picked and uploaded. Yeah. I cherry pick them all right, just like I cherry pick. There's all the accounts where they blow up, so that's a good one. We had that one lesson. Good life lesson. Gain a little bit of context before you yap. It's just like, let me know about this. I don't know if golf is still here, but I'm open to everybody. This is kind of my thesis on success in life. Step one in life to like have success, or to at least give yourself a good chance. Okay, let me take a step back. Assuming you're not in like Somalia or North Korea or something like that, in a country where there's opportunity. Chance does not guarantee success, but gives you a really good chance of having some success is to be a likable person. Like, I think that's a simple premise. So now we have to think about, well, what are the things that make people like likable? And an easy way to be likable is to gain context before you start yapping. Very, very straightforward. Because it's just not a good look when somebody just shows up, starts yapping out of context, you know? That's You know, another one. Don't be an I told you. Like, who likes an I told you so person? Just try to avoid in life being an I told you so person, and then you're going to make yourself likable, which therefore gives you a better chance of success. Emrod, why would you think you're blocked, Emrod? Is that you? Are you here under a bunch of different names, Emrod? Understand the story before you tell it. Agreed. AK, have a little bit of context before you start yapping. Do you say that I cherry pick the trades? Okay, I guess what I don't know what I'm supposed to be implying, given that there are literally videos of me cooking accounts on those that I'm supposedly cherry picking. So I don't know what I'm cherry picking. Like, if it was only wins, fine. You're cherry picking the winning days, fine. But if you've watched that playlist over the decades, you've seen plenty of losing trades. Again, gain context before yapping. It's a good characteristic to be likable. For some reason, I can only see my own chat, and that's it. Really? You don't see anybody else's? I don't know. Did you try refreshing? So you missed the short that I wanted. No, I was never totally convinced on it, and really, I would have never been filled if I'm being brutally honest with myself. Because if you look, it never actually hit up around here. It would have got. In fact, it'll probably enrage me because it would have gotten that close and then rolled over. So no, I didn't miss it. No, sir, and yes, went out and back in. I do not. I do not. How much I've spent? I'll put it this way. Because of the racehorse model, way less than the people that are resetting pros. And I say that because with Take Profit Trader, who is the only prop firm that I've ever used and continue to use, if you reset one pro account reset for that same price, you could go like buy 5 or 6 test accounts. And I've never reset a pro because I do the racehorse model. Again, you can't make this stuff up. I literally just get done talking about gain context before yapping. And Trent's like, well, whoever said 425, here it comes. Yeah. He said it'll happen in 5 minutes, and he said that about 30 minutes ago, translate. So again, irrelevant. All right. Sounds like I'll be back 11 a.m. Eastern, part-time golf. Good to have you. Got off to a little bit of a bumpy start, but hey. That's what makes me think he's actually an adult. Like, we're like, all right, maybe we both misunderstood each other a little bit. Saddle up, partner. What's the racehorse model? All right, translate gone. We'll give him 24 hours. I am telling you, something weird is going on right now with this eclipse. Something weird is going on. I could be. I'm open to the idea, and it's probably true, but I think I'm making good logical reasonings on why I'm kind of confused. But like, am I a little bit more sensitive than normal because of how my morning went? Sure. But that's also been like 3 hours ago. So I think that's kind of faded away, which it tends to do. It's just, like I said, normal people that I would usually consider as assets around here are just gone into total obnoxious mode. I don't get it. It's weird. Are you a rock believer, Clay? A rock believer? No. All right, have a good one, golf. Again, I'm not banning anybody, you dents. I'm not making this up. There is a difference between time out and ban. I am time outing people. Everybody will be able to come back. I really don't like that name, by the way, because I've had it thrown in my face, and it's a valid point. What is this, third grade? You're giving people timeouts? That's literally what YouTube calls it. That's like literally what the function is put user in timeout. I wish YouTube would figure out, like, I don't know. What can we ask that for? What would be a better term than timeout? Because I can understand the criticism when I've had it thrown at my way that like I treat this place like third grade because I'm putting people in timeout. So I'm like, I'm literally just saying the function. A break, jail, penalty. Penalty box might be good. Spankings. Yeah, penalty box. Cool off time. That's not bad either. Just a temp ban versus a permanent ban. Yeah, that's not terrible. Okay, so there are actually some good things. Break, jail, penalty. I think penalty box. Then I don't get it. Do most people like? I guess that's a reference to kind of like hockey. Does the world understand hockey? It needs to be a soccer term, or excuse me, American football or football Americano term. I think you're never going to make anybody happy. Well, yeah, no, Eric. As I've said, okay, I was gonna say I definitely don't say it all the time, but no, I heard it a long time ago. I apply it to life and business. The best way to please nobody is to try to please everybody. So yeah, I am fully in agreement with that. That you can't ever make anybody happy. That's for sure. ASD. Oh, that's a dude that accused me of like scamming people, and and now he's just conveniently changing the topic. Gotcha. Just don't tell me to go to the. Just don't tell me. Could we call it the corner? No, that's probably condescending too. All right, I'm gonna send you to the corner. Dunce cap? Could be called like a dunce cap function? Oh, okay. I got you, ASD. Thank you for clarifying. I apologize for misunderstanding. Apologies. I'm sorry. Benchum. Benchum? I kind of like that. There's more of like just yeah, that's not bad. Benchum. Today everyone is raging. I I wonder how Spy Legendary grew up. Like anybody raises their voice a little bit, oh man, he's raging. He's raging. Thank you, Chevy. You're a sweetheart. Okay. Yeah, I'm watching for a short here. I'm watching over here because that's where the 5 minute is, and that's where the 21 EMA is, and that's where. Oh, it looks like it's going to be like perfect timing. Yeah, yeah. All right. Looking for a short at the red line. This is not only the tread line here, it's also the 21 EMA on the 5 minute. Oh, man, Black Magic. That is annoying. This is starting to feel like the type of action where if you get filled, it's just going to require you to go underwater. Like it's going to go against me. Now, whether it stays against me, I don't know about that, but like that's what this action is starting to feel like. Like the only way I'm going to get filled is if I've got to be okay with getting steamrolled, at least maybe temporarily. I'd love to be wrong though. I'd love to like get the perfect fill and it immediately goes in my favor. And I'm going to cancel this out. Let's see how this candle finishes. Now we have 20 seconds before this candle is done moving around. All that because you are good. I'm glad. Wait. Earlier you said you're not happy. What? 2 micros less than a mini? Eight looks up. Why? I don't get it. What are you saying? Okay, I'm short. And there it is. Immediately get steamrolled. But like I said, that was kind of what I was thinking might need to happen these days. Or this. period of time, anyways. Except on the 2 minute, we have this trend line that I'm thinking could be a resistance, and then in combination on the 5 minute, we have the 21 EMA here. Oh, nah, sorry. I didn't connect the dots. I got you. No, well played. That's funny. Eight, huh? Yeah, and along with that, it's like if there was ever a day to not imply like there's something to be suspicious of, today would not be the day. Like if you were here at the 11 a.m. part, or if you want to go back and watch the 18-minute mark, like you would see today's not the day to accuse me of doing like suspicious stuff. It's just like it's just such bad timing for that. Like for that accusation or for that whatever. Today was just not the day to make something like that. Like I will short at 528. Are you seriously just gonna come on? I could see it bouncing right here, though, right off that yellow line. This is potentially a problem point. We also have the 21 EMA right there. So right now it just pulled back to the 21 EMA in the 5 minute. Doesn't mean it'll for sure bounce, but man, that's potentially, for me, now a problem. Ugh. All right, that feels like a gift there. That feels like a gift. I'll just take it. I'll take it. That one, that felt like a gift. My stop was right there, mental. So, to be fair, right now I could still be in. Because if this thing ultimately just comes all the way down, then, this little scalpy scalp that I did is going to look very stupid. So I would still be in right now because right now it looks like, oh man, that was the right play. It bounced back up. Well, it's like, well, yeah, but I'd have still been in anyways. Oh, yeah, might. It's true. It might V shape. It might drop. Now, I do appreciate the term might. I mean, that is the right word, right? Might, could, because it displays that you're not saying like there's any guarantees. But there's also like the other end of the spectrum where like using the word might, you can put yourself to the point where you never ever make a trade because something might go terribly wrong. Still learning that. Yep. Volume seems to be dying down. Yep. Finally starting to feel like a Friday afternoon in the summer. But once more, this has been night and day compared to what I think. I think yesterday was decent, if I remember right. But Monday through Wednesday, for me and my strategy, brutal. Brutal. Today, though, even though I had the rough day, I hope this I hope this we're kind of getting back to the new norm. Pivot points here. No, that's not it. No, indicators. Indicators. No. Oh, that's candlestick. Indicators, channels, pivots, right there. How's the homestead going? Going very well. We continue to work on siding. Monday is a very big day. Monday, trim starts. So we're doing some of it's going to be shiplap. So we got some shiplap going up. But yeah, the trim guys are officially moving in, and the trim are doing the trim. They'll be doing flooring for us, all that sort of stuff. Met up with the tile guy yesterday, so we're getting some of that final things figured out. He said he's going to start in 2 weeks. So tile guy is going to get in there in a couple weeks. Like I said, siding's going on right now on the outside. So yeah, it's going well. So I guess the house is going, we're not at the homestead yet. Do teach me. Are you just saying your name? Or are you saying to teach you? How am I? I'm doing all right. It's a good day. You're welcome, W4. Dub 4. Is this a long right here? Am I about to take this long? I don't know. We're at time-wise, okay. And we're getting later on. Yeah, heck yeah. I have zero interest in and I realize the irony because I'm interacting right now, but I'm not for sure, but I'm at about 80%. You're that one guy that I put in timeout, and then you came back with like 3 other names. So yeah. No interest in interacting with you any further than that. And if you're not, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure you are. You showing up and what you showed up saying was a bit too much of a coincidence for me. Yeah? Huh? Oh. Long 502. Target. Look at that. 3 numbers. Amazing how for some people to get those 3 numbers, it is like pulling teeth. Good job, MNQ. Appreciate it. All right, have a good one, JB. Take care. Have a good weekend. Go watch. Is there college football tomorrow? Did I really sneak up on it? I always thought it was Labor Day when it started. Let's see. Schedule. Saturday. Oh, there are games, huh? Any good ones? Man, all right. It literally does start tomorrow. Dang. Okay, Ohio State's first game, 12:30. Okay. When is that? Is that next? Okay, that's next weekend. All right, well, there we go. Crazy how fast it sneaks up. That's right. Yeah, they play overseas. A good move. Good move. I'd assume the NFL had some talks with them like, hey, there's a lot of money to be made here. We got to spread the word. Yeah, next week. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that line now. I think it served its purpose. I work most weekends teaching people to ride motorcycles. So is that like a side hustle for you, Travis Bruce? Is that just a side hustle income stream? All right, Nero, have a good one. That's awesome. I love, see, income streams. We got Travis Bruce, who on the weekends pulls in a little extra cash by teaching people how to ride motorcycles. That is what it's all about. There's nothing more motivating to me than that. People out there hustling, grinding, creating side hustles, multiple income streams. Love it. Absolutely love it. You're heading out of here 2W4. See you later. Okay, so we'll just ban that one since, well, I don't know. Let's check on the name. Pretty sure he's that same dude back under name number, who knows how many. Engineer during the week with some trading along the way and teaching motorcycles to folks who want to get their license on the weekends. Very cool. I love it. Creative ways to make some extra money. Where have you been? There's a name I haven't seen for a while. Where have you been? You know who wasn't here today? Where's Big Tick Energy? He wasn't here today. Same with Timbo. Where they been? Oh, yeah, stupid. Yeah, obviously. What was I thinking? Sorry for the dumb question. Worth. We're all right. Hey, no shame there. Being busy with the 9 to 5 income stream, that can be a good one to be busy with. Always surprising. Oh, really, Lisa? To me, it makes a lot of sense. Well, that's the thing with me is like I'm well, not no longer practicing, but I'm an engineer by degree. I would also consider myself very conservative, very not like risk, like I'll take some risks. I mean, obviously I quit my job and did my own thing, but like you can be conservative but also trade at the same time. Am I ever going to get to the point where I'm copy trading 40 accounts? Probably not. That's where me and my risk kind of breaks down. Like that's not quite my thing. But yeah, I think engineering and trading goes because it's just a system, right? It's a process. It's some analytics. It's kind of like a puzzle. But I know what you're saying. You're saying, well, man, somebody that is conservative could never do trading. Well, I would just say that person can do trading. They're just going to do trading more conservatively. What does that look like in the prop firm space? Probably, not copy trading 40 accounts. And that's not to say that you're being dumb if you do copy trade 40 accounts. I'm just saying there is definitely there's a different vibe that risk gives you. The vibe that it would give me with 40 accounts, I would my head would just implode because of that'd be too much Too much pressure. Too much intensity. But yeah, if you are somebody here and you can watch, if you can put on a trade across 40 accounts, in all actuality, I'm jealous of you. I wish my brain could operate that way. But it doesn't. Well, to buy the break or to not buy the break? That is the question right now. This is also corresponding over here on the 5-minute time frame with the 21 EMA, that green line right there. So it's kind of just putzing around that area. So I don't know. Well, you got 140. Okay. Well, if I include my wife, then that's 160 right there. What's your code to use for account? Code Clay. It's in the upper right-hand corner. All caps, CLAY, calculator risk. Nice tail wick on the current candle. So we have a little miniature bull pennant, bull flag, but the thing is, it's occurring in kind of an overall downtrend, kind of some choppy action, so I don't know how much trust I have in it per se, but it's got my attention at least. It's got my attention. Now let's see if I can build some trust with it. Ooh, mysterious. Mysterious candlesticks. Or candlestick. So if you are into college football, who's your team? I'm a graduate of the Ohio State University. So yes, I'm a Buckeye fan through and through. So if you are into college football, who is your team? LSU. That was wild. So which reminds me, what was it, like midweek or earlier this week when they were about to let NFL players start to come back? By the way, Lane Kiffin, I'm sorry, but Lane Kiffin, goodness, that guy. Notre Dame. You got to be more specific. Is that Washington or is that Wisconsin? Yep, I knew that about you, MJ. Washington, okay. See, I'm in Big Ten country, so my mind defaults to Wisconsin. I thought you meant the Badgers. Good thing I asked. See, everybody's like, hey, why are you always talking about context? Even in college football, context matters. I'm Canadian. Okay, fine. Who's your favorite bobsledding team? Georgia, nice. The code doesn't work. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. If you're trying to reset, then it is what it just reset. That's already part of it. And the code's already being applied anyways. I didn't realize you were just resetting. Yeah, just reset. There is no code for that. The reset is the reset. But you would want to reset because right, yeah. Right, that there's nothing wrong, calculator risk, in this situation. Just go ahead and reset it. You're fine. You can't do anything to drive the $99 price down. Because that's still cheaper than you going and buying another 50K all over again. So you're saving $3 to reset it, right? Because 50K would be 102 normally. But thank you for asking. I appreciate that. To make sure that you weren't doing something wrong and to make sure that, the code's getting applied. But everything is operating as normal, calculator risk. You're good. Thank you for asking, though. Okay, heck yeah. Now he's just total going obnoxious mode. Goodness. All right, let's just ban him. Now that one's not a timeout. That was just a flat out ban. He too much of a try hard. I assume there will be another name that we've never seen before popping up saying wild things. So again, maybe it's just coincidence or it's maybe just somebody that's having a rough time in life and that's how they have fun. Create a bunch of screen names on the internet and, I don't know. We'll see. Bull flag on the 5-minute, bear flag on the 3-minute. Yeah, a lot. There's some conflictions out there for sure, MNQ. I mean, I can see a breakout to the upside. I can also see this area right there being kind of the key area for a short. As right here, you can see the chart kind of opens up a bit. Now, I'm not saying it drops straight down to the pivot point, but like I said, there's definitely some room here where it's kind of just an open void, if you will. At least we can all agree the price has really slowed down. Yeah. Yeah, whether or not that's good or bad for you is a whole separate question. But yes, I would agree with that. I think we can all find the common ground that the price has slowed down. I can't do it. I just can't do it. I'm in 511 short until 506. And where's your stop at, Lisa? I'm a little worried, Lisa. Where's your stop at, sister? Didn't you say that you were leaving? Or did I thought maybe that was somebody else. It's no more 85. No, the deal ended on Wednesday. Yeah, it's back to 40%. The 50% deal is done. Feels like it's going to be hey, Raspberry. I think you typed that before it happened, but good call. It was indeed a fake break. Glad I didn't trust the little dirty rat. Now, do I trust it for a short down here, or is that going to be a dirty rat movement too? I don't know. Those lit wicks look fake to me. What do you mean by that? What do you mean fake? In what regard? I mean, calculator, that everybody's got an opinion on that. But no, where you're at, Take Profit Trader has the most clean set of rules. It is what it is. So, but no, for me, I think they're the king of the biz. I was hesitant of the long because of Oh, okay. So fake as in you don't think they're actually strong. Like you don't think they're actually buyers down here? So that's what you mean by fake? Carry me home. I didn't put a stop. Oh boy. Oh boy, Lisa. Oh, the rules are anything but tight. That's why I think Take Profit Trader is great, especially for beginners, because there's no crazy rules. There's no scalping rule. There's no scaling rule. There's not the goofy consistency rule. So no, they are not tight. They are actually very, very straightforward and not complicated. How many? I don't know. I've lost track, but if you're worried, like, will they pay? Take Profit Trader will pay. They have been around for many years. Well, depending, I don't know how you define many, but they have been around now for, like, they didn't just show up last week. And they've been paid. They paid me many times. They've only gotten faster with the payouts. So yeah. But also, just to alleviate that burden, let's just assume for a second that it is a scam. I'm part of the scam. I am trying to scam you right now. No, that's not the case, but let's just assume that is the case. You'll be scammed out of a whopping $102 because that's what it costs. However, on top of this, if you buy with the credit card, just file like a dispute, and you'll get your $102 back anyways if this is all a scam. Again, it is not, but just to kind of maybe make you feel a little bit better, let's just assume that it all is. You'll get, in fact, for some reason, you don't win the credit card dispute. I don't know why you wouldn't win the credit card dispute. You will, but let's just assume you don't. You're out a whopping $102. Now, money does not grow on trees. I realize that. But if losing $102 is going to wreck you and wreck your financial life, that's I think you have bigger fish to fry. So, yeah, I would not. Don't worry. Yeah, it's you'll get paid. They will pay you. It is not a scam. Yeah, calculate risk. Let me put it this way. It's certainly worth a try. That's what I always tell people. Hey Clay, what would be the account? I'm just getting started with prop firms. What size account? I always say 50K, but I do my best to always follow it up with. Now, whether or not you ever, find the 50K the best, that remains to be seen. So in this situation, yeah, try the 25K. Who knows? It's always Greg, I think. Yeah, Greg. Yeah. Greg, he always sticks out to me because that dude loves the 75K account. To me, I don't get the 75K. I don't really what's so much, but he loves it, and good for him. Then get banned from TPT. Who's getting banned from TPT? You got banned from TPT, Montes? What'd you do, brother? What'd you do? I don't know. If there's this, am I about to get suckered in for the short here? We're down through that level. Yeah, we're bouncing up a little bit, but is this just kind of the fake little gas before it continues to bleed? So all people, okay. First off, step away from Reddit, especially in the financial world. Just remember, there's always two sides to every story, and Reddit and people on Reddit. I'm not calling Reddit worthless per se, but good grief, it's pretty close to. I know. Well, they say they didn't do anything wrong. It's like the guy a couple days ago that like signed up for my service and then came here, and I guess to his credit, kind of, he's like complaining and making all these claims. And the claims were like, okay, thank you for sharing your side of the story. Now here's my side. And I was like, pretty much blew all his claims out of the water. Like, what are you even talking about? So just remember that about Reddit or anywhere. There's always two sides to every story. So could people get banned? I guess in theory, but like if you're getting banned from Take Profit Trader, I'd love to be like, well, let's go through what was going on. What were you doing? Are you working with like a hedging group? Like let's talk. How does the saying go? There's two sides to every story, and then there's the truth. Well, they did. It's wrong to dispute the charges. Okay, right. But in my hypothetical, Montes, in my hypothetical, it's a scam. So because it's a scam, like, what does it matter if you get banned? It's a scam anyways, right? Now again, it's not a scam. They're not a scam. I'm just saying within the hypothetical, yeah. But yeah, for those people, I'd love to see why they disputed. I would ban them too, because I guarantee you, they probably broke a rule. They did something stupid, or maybe they just were like, well, crap, I actually needed that money. Let me lie and commit fraud and file a dispute to get my money back. Yeah, those people deserve to be banned 100%. Oh, I didn't do anything wrong. That's why I filed the dispute. Okay. So in other words, they got scammed. So they wanted to get the money back. But now all of a sudden, after getting the money back, they're upset about being banned. Why would you care about being banned if you think they're a scam? The logic breaks down very quickly. So yeah, those people are very clearly lying. No, that's not a stupid. Hedging is just where pretty much you're trying to structure a situation where no matter what the price or what happens with the price, you're still coming out ahead. That's hedging in a nutshell. Right, yeah. The scammers banned me from getting scammed some more. Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, wait, what? Okay, that was all supposed to be a joke. Okay, yeah. LOLs do always add in a little bit of context. Yeah, so right now I'm glad I didn't try. I was close to getting short, but even right now I'd be underwater. This thing's kind of just chopping around. Gold though, I wonder how many people have lost accounts on gold today. I mean, I I have no data. Obviously, I'm just. But like, if I were to ask prop firms, hey, what instrument cooked the most accounts today? My guess would be gold. Feel for the drawdowns? You think them forcing you to manage risk? Here, I'll reverse that. I think it's way more predatory to not force people to think about risk control. That's what I think is more predatory, and that's what your own money accounts will do. They're not going to tell you, hey, consider risk management. They'll just let you fund the account, and if there's no risk management, they'll just margin call liquidate you. So I think it's actually a good thing that they have a drawdown, because you know what that drawdown forces you to have to consider? Risk management. And do you want to know what the key to success in trading is risk management. So no, I 100% disagree that is predatory. I think that is compassionate, that they're going to force you to consider risk control. I was bad from Apex. Banned, you mean banned. Okay. I love it. BANNED is what you mean. Doggone autocorrect. I know what you mean though. Yeah, there's some stories out there. I mean, you can feel like 2 plus 2 equals 5, but just because you feel that 2 plus 2 equals 5 doesn't necessarily mean that it's right. So, I mean, you feel however you want. You can feel as though you are a dog. I don't know if that really makes you a dog, though. And if that is too tight for you, then I guess okay. But there are many people here where it's not too tight and they get payouts and they do very well. But to call that predatory is, yeah, that's a bit much. That's a bit too much dramatic for me. If you are doing, a smaller amount of MNQs, a $2,000 drawdown is plenty of wiggle room. Now, if the drawdown was an amount where you buy 5 MNQ and it goes 2 points against you and you're cooked, that is predatory for sure. But to act like $2,000 is like that's just crazy. I don't know if I agree that every aspect is predatory. I don't know if I'd agree with that. That's true. I went to a prop firm, Code Clay, after 1 week. No, if you use Code Clay, it's 2 weeks, and then you'll have your Lambo. 2 weeks, not one. Yeah, any prop firm, Code Clay, all caps. Yeah, you'll have a Lambo in 2 weeks. So there we go. That's the miscommunication. You thought it was one. Yeah, Eric. Yep. That's what I always try to say. Is like people that try to blame prop firms as making trading hard. No. Trading is hard because trading is hard, not because of the prop firm. Trading is just hard, regardless. So a yacht is 3 weeks. Yeah. And unless you don't have a yacht in 3 weeks, then it's 4. I think some people just don't understand risk. If you risk those to make. No, exactly. That's what I mean. Prop firms really do make so much sense when you look at it through the lens of risk management. Yeah. Risking $100 to make a whole lot more seems like a good deal to me. Yeah. I also like the 150Ks because of that bigger drawdown. Yep. Oh, yeah, exactly, Raspberry. Pretty much the complaint is, I don't like the rules. Well, think about that. Well, what's the alternative to that? Well, I want to be able to trade without rules. Like, I want to be able to hold and hope longer. So I'm not quite sure that's a recipe to ever help you figure out trading. Now, if you are allowed to hold and hope longer, does that give you a chance, higher odds to have a winning trade? Sure, it does. But like all it takes is that one time where the hold and hope never gives you the hope, and then like your entire journey's over. Hey, does anybody here use Tradeify? If so, I'm not asking you to buy, but could you go enter code Clay into like the checkout section and let me know if it reflects? Because I have not had anything from Tradeify for like 3 days straight, which is very much so out of the norm. So I'm actually wondering, is like the code broken? Is it not working? Or is it just I'm on a cold streak with Tradeify? Right. Yeah, I'm talking about within the last. Thank you first off, Amarius. But I'm talking about within like the past few days. It's been a while. And then somebody mentioned earlier about how this one account, like affiliate codes don't work on it. It does work. So you applied it and it showed a discount. Uh, Again, I'm not asking for anybody to make the purchase. Well, unless you really need to. But like, I'm just saying, okay. I guess I'm just on a cold streak then. It's valid. Okay. All right. I'm just on a cold streak. Here. So here's what's just driving me nuts right now. So on Legends trading, in order to withdraw, you have to have $500. And I've been stuck at like 475. now for like the past few weeks. I've had a Legends code for basically going on about 2 years now, or about a year and a half since I started the live stream. So Legends, yeah, anybody barely ever uses Legends, at least code Clay with it. But now I'm like, dang. Can I please just get like it's like trading. I'm so close to the profit target. I'm so close to hitting that $500 amount where I can just request to get the affiliates that I've had over the past year and a half. But now it's just like, it's like at the blue line where it won't get through the blue line. So yeah, if you're here and you use Legends Trading and you want to do me a solid and just use code Clay, even if it's just like for once, I'm so close. It's driving me nuts. And I really don't like that either. Where some of these prop for, like, I can see what you're doing. Oh yeah, we'll give you a code, but you'll probably never get it. So like, we'll never have to actually pay you out. On Tradeify, am I right here that there is no time limit to pass, just one payment? Yeah, but does that even really matter though, Sam? Like, how long is it taking you to pass a test? Is 1 month not more than enough time? Because sure, a take profit trader, if you don't pass in 1 month, they'll charge you again. But like, I don't know. 30 days seems like a very long time. And I'm not even saying you have to rush, but future just moves so nice that 30 days seems like it's plenty of time. Yeah, max 6 days. Right. Yeah, it's just. So anyways, anybody hear that? Let's see. Right here. Anyone wants to do a solid right there? I'm like $20, $25 away. After 18 months of having the code, I'm almost qualified for a payout. So yeah. But anyways, on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and call it. I'm $40 away from passing my 50K. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel right now, in like a weird way, and like the affiliate way. Like I'm so close to passing the account. I just need a couple more ticks in my favor. I just need a couple more people to use code Clay with Legends, and I'll be there. But man, it is brutal. It is brutal. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and call it good. If you want to help support the stream, as this is totally viewer supported, then code Clay with any of these prop firms, any of the deals that they're being offered, through the discounts, the promotions, code Clay will give you that deal. So it is a good way to save yourself money while at the same time helping to support the stream. Like I said, I appreciate it. All of you that have used code Clay, that continue to use it. But you guys are all the difference of why it makes sense for me to show up day in and day out, and why I can keep this all ad free. So continue to use it, please, if you want to help support the stream. And like I said, save yourself some money. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a week. Hopefully we can carry this movement into next week. This was hopeful that we can keep on moving on Monday and get some of this better action here. So I'll be back Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Usually I show up a little bit earlier, so if you want to know exactly when I go live, that is where hitting or subscribing and turn on notifications can help in that regard. So I'm going to go ahead and call it good. Thank you, everybody. I hope you all have a great weekend. Again, hit that like button on your way out. Code Clay, feed some hungry children. Take care, everybody. Have a good one.